isn't it? Lovely
The
jump.
discussing goal.
Oh,
Discussing gut will come.
she's nodding off already.
Anton's with us now. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, my loves. How are we?
Very well.
Very good.
It's
I
nice.
have to say, you look immaculate.
Thank
as
you.
always.
As ever.
Well, as
Doesn't
you
he?
do.
Someone had to make an effort.
Both. Well, I know. Look at you all sort of...
I know.
Someone's been working out. Look at me
his
rolling up his
guns.
sleeves
I
soon.
think this is the first time
Look
you've not
amazing.
I've not interviewed you with a tie on, though, because since I moved from next door.
Since you've gone from
Yes.
next door, you've dressed down. I've seen that, haven't you? I like that. You've gone all casual. If he's doing a 5 o'clock, he'd be in shorts.
Or if only.
So tell us about an evening with. What can we expect from the show?
By the way, I've spent an evening with Anton
Have
today.
you?
And let me tell you, there's surprises aplenty. It goes in directions you don't expect.
In a good way?
Always. You just have to strap in.
Just have to clarify
up.
what it is that goes in funny directions. It is... Do you know, I have to be honest with you, my favourite thing in the world is being on stage in
Yes.
front of the audience. It's just magical. And I like the audience to help me steer it in certain directions. So I get the audience to text me questions. And I did it last year a little bit, and I wasn't going to do it this year, but it was so popular and so well received that people said, oh, come on, we'd love the... So I've put it back into the show. The show is me on stage with my incredible band, the wonderful Lance Ellington, incredible, my beautiful dancers, all brilliant dancers.
They are significantly
And
better than you, Anton, as well.
Well,
I mean,
I say get them young and good, and it makes you look better. But it's... and then with the singing and the dancing, and then we do the chat as well. So it is enormous. Oh, there's a great
Lance
cast.
is phenomenal as well.
Lance
How long
is-
have you been working with Lance?
Well, I've been working with Lance for about best part of 15 years, really, and I like to collaborate. I don't mind standing there doing my own thing, you know, dancing on my own. I don't mind dancing on my own.
Doesn't mind the spotlight.
I get a bit bored after a minute or two. I thought, well, I'm fed up with this now. The magic really is with a partner. I feel the same way about singing. I don't mind standing there singing a song, but I love to do duets and collaborate and sing with people because it's just that, it just goes, it's so much more alive.
Yeah.
And when you're dancing with a partner, that for me is everything. It's what elevates everything.
I feel the same about you.
Do you?
Yeah, it's like having a nice...
It elevates everything.
It's, apparently.
Well, I
We
wonder how
need all-
Paddy feels
Well,
about this.
that's
Yeah.
mind boggles,
That's how it
isn't it?
starts.
But then, when you do have the questions from the audience, it must sometimes throw a bit of a curveball.
No,
you
I
never
love 'em.
quite know, though, what they're going to say.
Well, I don't know what they're going to say at all, so they just text me, and I have the phone with me, and away we go.
What
And
are some of the weirdest...
I don't edit
The brilliant
any of
thing
them.
is
I
that you
just
don't
go
know who
straight.
they are as well, because they
No.
can text in anonymously.
Anonymously.
So if you're feeling mischievous, you can send in a text message that you know is going to embarrass him or make him say something you have to be careful of.
Well, it's... But that's the joy,
Yes.
isn't it? And then you just have some fun with the audience. But it's grown and grown. Next year, we're already talking about a new show next year. And this year, I had the wonderful Billy Deemer, Olivier Award-winning Billy Deemer, musical theatre legend, choreograph and put the show together for me. So the show looks magnificent. All the dance numbers are brilliant. And next year, we're talking about what to do. And Billy's going to come on board, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be a musical show next year. But Billy's going to come on board and put it together again. So I tell you, it's so exciting. I almost want to do 2 shows next year. I want to do a big song and dance show and then just go and do a sort of Q&A show.
The Q&A.
Just a Q&A thing.
The night we went to the Palladium, and it was sensational,
Thank
Anton.
you.
It really is. And I can't tell you how much fun you'll have. But I was sitting with Kate Garraway, Ruth was there, so there was a few of his ex-partners there, and someone texted and said, come on then, Anton, who's your favourite? Kate, Ruth, and went through all of them, and he had to sort of name and shame his favourites in front of everyone. So you can properly stitch him up if you want to.
Oh, you
And
can have
what
a go.
did he say? What did he
My
say?
favourite was always a lady I haven't danced with yet. Called Kat. She's a absolute
There's
delight.
the thing. So now
See?
she's back and she's ready. We think she would be perfect for this year's Strictly, don't you?
He's starting a campaign.
Do
There's
it.
going to be T-shirts
I'd be,
printed
I mean,
and
I'd be
everything.
furious, actually, if you did it, because I've
would
wanted
judge.
you to dance with me for many, many years, because now you go and get one of the young ones, with firm to the touch, with young hair.
Firm to the touch.
But I would... But you would be magnificent on the show, I'm sure.
You have
You'd be
not
incredible.
seen me dance. I have no rhythm. I am completely unflexible. It's no good.
That hasn't stopped half the
That
women
hasn't
he's been
stopped
dancing
most
with
of
over the
it.
years.
You've met most of my partners.
Did you
then.
see Kate Garraway dance?
But listen, can I just say this?
Yes.
Come and see me at Wimbledon on Saturday night. I'm in Wimbledon on Saturday night. It's a sort of... I'm coming out again in the autumn, and I'm coming into London in the autumn with the shows I've got later in the autumn. But this is my closest London show in this little spring run, which is Wimbledon on Saturday night. Come and see me at Wimbledon on Saturday.
I think you're 27th of April to the 5th of May. You're sort of going off around.
I'm in my last bit of this spring show is until the 5th of May, as I say, Wimbledon on Saturday night. But then I go back out in the autumn and I do 2 parts. I do this again until the 26th of November, and then from the 26th of November to Christmas, I do a Christmas show. Ooh. So I'm going to flip it straight into a Christmas show.
It's
overnight.
Just a show. Is it just a showman all the
We've
time?
got a whole new
Doesn't
show.
matter what season, it's just a showman.
I'll give you 4 seasons of show. They're going to give you a hoedown during this.
Will you come back and cook one time with us as well?
Let's do that as well. You did the baking. Yes, yeah. I love that. I love that whole strand that we did for the show, because we did a lot of that with the children. I used to be a baker years ago. In a proper job, and I've changed my hair and everything, and there's more of it now.
Yeah,
and
it's funny.
So I'd love to do that again. I do a bit of that with the children now, which is a lot of fun. We did a bit of that during lockdown, if you remember that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So we did all that together.
We'll have you back in a shot, Anton.
Let's do it.
Come and cook us up something nice.
Absolutely.
A little bit of training for Deeley before the new series.
Maybe do a few stretches or something like that.
Touch my toes. Look, I'm off and running already.
Thank you for coming in to see us.
Thanks for having me. It's lovely.
Wonderful
I've got a new book coming out in October. Can I book a little slot for October?
It's your 7th one, isn't it?
It's my 7th one.
Anything else you want to sell? You got a range of pots and pans or?
Not yet, but when we start that baking, I'll have a range of baking implements.
Thank you, Anton. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Looks good, doesn't it? Faye's joining us now. All right, Rippers.
All right.
It's lovely to see you.
Hello.
It's so good to see you.
The dream team.
Oh.
The dream guest.
The dream
Friday
team.
The dream guest.
This looks good. Tell us about it.
It's just, do you know what? This was such an easy one to do in the sense of to want to do, because it's an independent British film full of heart, really funny, sort of fly-on-the-wall, documentary style, and it's joyous. And there's also, like, a bit of a plot as well that pulls you along with it, bits of hot fuzzy, you know, bit like that. And it's really rare that we allow small films to come through and get cinema releases and
feels lovely,
for us to go to with the family or whatever. It's great. You know, it was a real treat to be involved.
Yeah.
We've got down Hot Fuzz Meets This Country. Would that be accurate?
That's about right.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically a sort of a whodunit with courgettes. Because basically, I mean, there is a reason why there's
Big
marrows.
courgettes.
It's about big vegetable growers. Not like they're not big, but the vegetables are big, you know?
So the competitive vegetable growing kind of
that
so
niche world.
What is... Everyone's been there.
You know why they wanted to make a film.
So Joe Hartley's obviously...
The amazing cast, yeah. So you've got Joe Hartley, who's fantastic, and you've got Richard Lumsden, and you've got Kellen Jones, and then Aisling Bea comes in. And there's a big sort of ensemble of the likes of us that sort of pop in, do something a bit mad. Actually, it's quite complicated, so don't ask me the plot, is my main thought. I'd go and watch it, definitely. But I think
Is it Joe's marrow goes missing? Is that basically...
Yes, I think. I don't want to give anything away, but I think maybe I did it.
I wasn't asking you that.
I feel like you are selling this.
Give it away, give it
You
away.
are selling this. You're playing Linda Blue. Is that who you're playing?
Linda,
So
yes.
tell us about Linda, because I know there's a lot of ad-lib in this, isn't there? Which is, like, your forte. It's got to be.
It's great. You don't have to learn your lines. So,
Just rock up.
tick.
Do they give you, like, a little format and say, well, I'll try and follow this?
Yes. I've actually done quite a lot of filming without script, but there was a script. Let me say, there was a very good script. And but every now and then you were allowed to sort of slightly merge between yourself and the actual words on the page. But basically, my character is sort of in love with Joe Hartley's character because it's all about these big vegetable growers and the competition of it. To be honest, like, people really care. I'm going to say, don't like get on my back, but maybe unnecessarily care about some of these things in life. And it's their world. It's everything. You know. And so anyway, I think we've got some real vegetable growers in it.
I want to watch
in fact.
this.
Yeah.
I
think we've got a clip, without giving too much away, that you've already given away.
I've already given it away anyway.
Just for the sake of argument, let's take a look.
It meant a lot to Tony to break the record last year for biggest leak.
Another round of applause for Tony Knight, ladies and gentlemen.
He's not a big shower of emotion, our Tony. I like to say that he's a grower, not a shower. But I don't mean anything cheeky, mind.
Don't touch, don't touch, don't touch, please, thank you. Bumbridge and Tony, they are very much the Muhammad Ali and Cassius Clay of the big veg world. Big rivals.
Oh,
Yeah.
it looks so good.
It
It
is,
looks
it's
so
cute.
good.
It's
I think
really
the
cute.
question on everyone's lips is,
Yes.
are you green-fingered?
Okay, I've just been, no. I'm doing that.
The answer.
Well, I'm not. I leave it to my husband, and he then seems to spend a fortune on growing vegetables. We've got a tiny little trough at the end of our
Yeah.
garden, and I every now and then go down there, and it's just mud. And then there is a point in the sort of spring, summer where I go down there, and it's full, like a full crop.
So it's
Really?
good.
So he's
Yeah,
good.
until I worked out what he's been doing.
What's he been doing?
He goes to Waitrose and he buys it. He just bought a load of lettuce and just put it on the top. And it's just, and then sort of went to like, I'm just going to go and pick a lettuce. I'm like, you literally just bought that at Waitrose.
So he makes it look beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it says, oh, this is my vegetable patch.
Yeah, for the barbecue.
I love your
hilarious.
husband.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
That is so...
I worked it out. I've only just worked out what he's been doing.
Now, listen, we're all a bit full, but we've always got room for more because you brought cake in.
So you
Yes.
love baking, don't you? You're absolutely incredible at baking,
Well,
so I've heard.
I like to think that with 3 cookbooks to my name, I can bake. Admittedly, mine doesn't look as good as the one you ate earlier, which looked incredible.
So what, did you make this yesterday?
I did. I made this because, obviously, I'm a big fan of the Bake Off, and...
Did you see Dermot win?
Oh, yes, you
Dermot
did!
won
Knows the
Bake
answer.
Off.
No, you did. That's right. Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm slightly scared.
Oh, God, don't worry.
Well, basically, I sort of want... I'm not so interested in the Hollywood handshake, but I am interested in the Hammond high five or the O'Leary
Well, let's have a look.
ovation. So,
Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look.
so
I'm very
let's see.
excited.
I am worried that mine isn't slipping off the plate. But anyway, don't...
Well, you made it
worry.
yesterday.
It's extraordinary you haven't been either on or judging Bake Off. It just seems...
Well, OK, 2 things to say. It is extraordinary that I'm not the main judge.
Yeah.
I agree.
Correct.
This is very much the gig I'm after.
Yeah, well, you never will make host.
And the reason I've not been on is because I feel, because I write, I'm a food writer as
Yeah.
well, I can't lose, you see? It's all right
That's
for
the
you.
pressure of it,
won.
really, if you go on, because it's not your kitchen.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult. Do you know what I mean? When you're not in your own kitchen, it's very
Should we
difficult
share
to bake.
This is lemon and pistachio.
And we're gonna share. We'll share.
Are you going to share?
Yeah, only because we're out of time.
The key to this recipe, apart from the fact that it, can we confirm, delicious?
100%.
Yeah. Oh, no, are you actually joking?
I'm only joking.
I'm...
It's the O'Leary ovation.
High five.
Yes!
Well
High five.
done.
Thank you. Anyway, it's an all bung it
Absolutely love
in
it.
and it comes out like that.
it's lemon.
So-
Sweet Caroline is in cinemas now. It'll be out in streaming, I think, the Sky later on in the year. Faye, thank you.
Well done, Faye.
Thank you for championing independent
Thank
cinema.
you, and it's great to get
Let's
everyone
bop.
along to see a good British film.
Thanks, Faye.
Yes.
And
He's
Joel joins us now.
There was someone
Oh, my
French,
goodness.
just like you, who was moving matches for
Oh,
us.
yeah, it was my long-lost brother.
Joel.
Joel Domé.
How are you?
I'm really well. How are you? You are absolutely smashing this.
Thank
You're
you very
both
much,
so
Joel
good. You
Domé.
make it look so easy. Whenever I do any presenting, everyone's like, God, that looks so hard. You guys make it look so good.
That is not true. Now, tell us about In With a Chef.
This is a great format, Joel.
It's so good. It's so fun. It's basically, you sort of have these people who shout at the telly and we would say what you see, but that's unfortunately already a
Someone's had
catchphrase
that.
from someone else's show. But they shout at the telly and it creates the most wonderful moments with people just sort of trying their best to sort of see what's on the telly. It goes so quickly. They get themselves in a real sort of tizzy and it's honestly the most fun to present.
There's
I
something
really love it.
magical about hosting a quiz show or a game show, particularly when you know the answers and you hear the answers that the contestants are kind of come up with. I get asked an awful lot about Tipping Point. How do I keep a straight face when someone comes up with an answer that is particularly funny or bizarre? Now, of course, you have to try because you can't give it away. How do you cope with some of that, John?
I'm really bad at it. I'm really awful at it. I was... this is... Especially when you know the answer.
Yes.
I know the answer so rarely. I think there was one where it was a fax machine, I think, and they were like, and I just went, fax! I suddenly realised what I'd done. And, of course, in the sort of fairness of it all, they had to stop the show.
Yes.
They have to then go back to the exact moment I said fax, and they have to change the fax for something else.
And the adjudicators come down
and
all...
come down. It's like a sort of supply teacher when you know you've done something wrong. And
I've done it. You just want the ground to open up as well because they're working, they're trying so hard, and then you give them the answer. And then there's other contestants.
There's other contestants. I've held it up for ages. There's like crew waiting, and it's good. Like lunch is late because I shouted facts.
And the contestants now, obviously, they know the show. Is there like strategies that they have?
It's interesting actually because this series. I feel like there's a lot more people who sort of know the show, so they're a lot better at it.
Yes.
They've practiced, exactly. And they know the format now. And then we've also got those ones who sort of just go crazy and they shout everything, that real mixture. It's the same with Tipping Point, isn't it? It's that wonderful thing. The casting of the contestants is so important. And you just have, like, these great, wonderful characters from across the country, lots of different accents, and it's just what I love. Just hanging out with them for a day, like it's the dream.
Well, can we be your contestants today?
Yes.
Carl? Would that be possible?
Yes, you can. I think we've sorted something out for you.
So we're going to play In With the Shout. You're going to test us. So this is our sense of...
Okay. This
so we're looking
is
at,
your category is going to be types of cat.
Oh, no. Are you a cat person?
Not especially.
No,
you
me
are
either.
literally a cat person. OK, so can we get this? There's 60 seconds on the clock. See how many you can get. 3, 2, 1. Cat. Shout at the telly.
Garfield.
Yes, it is.
Tony the Tiger.
Yes, it is. We love our
Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Sylvester. Felix cat.
Yeah, we'll take it. Felix the cat.
Jaguar.
Jaguar. We're moving up the ladder.
Caterpillar.
Yes, it is.
Tom cat.
Yes, it is. It's perfect. 7 out of 7.
Cheetah.
It's a snow leopard.
Snow leopard. Yes, it is.
Katsu curry.
Katsu curry. It's my favourite Wagamama order.
Catamaran.
Yes, it is. 10 out of 10.
Catapult.
Catapult.
Pussycat dolls.
Pussycat dolls.
It's a leopard. Cheetah.
Cheetah. You got 13 out of 13.
Oh,
and that's Puss in Boots.
Yes, it is. Congratulations.
Would we have won?
We had 13 seconds left.
Almost certainly won.
Put it there, partner.
You absolutely smashed it.
Are you doing a celebrity version of this yet?
We did one episode of a celebrity version, and it was so fun.
Can we come on?
You can
Will
definitely
you reserve
come
us
on.
a place?
That was
Are
an
you
audition,
in,
and you
Shepherd?
absolutely passed. You passed.
I tipped horse riding, diving.
Though, the magic of any picture round and any quizzes, everyone can get joined in. And you know, and I know, because we make a show similarly, but you can, kids, parents, grandparents can all sit. You've got a range of pictures that everyone can join in, making that family show on a Saturday night.
When people message you and go like, oh, you know, send you videos of their kids getting involved and trying to like, and honestly, it's just an absolute dream to sort of be in that position where people are singing along to your shows and getting involved. It's like, I love it so much.
But to be honest, even Masked Singer is like that. Like, if you see, like, the idea of Masked Singer on a piece of paper, you turn around and go, that is never going to work.
I know.
And yet, I see my boys in front of the TV with you on there, take it off. They love it.
It's so great. And, like, you know, and that's what telly's all about, isn't it? It's just getting the family together on that sofa and all ages watching a show that's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
That we all love making together. And now it means so much more having a family of my own.
Yeah.
Starting to understand that having that sort of time with them and
wait till Wild and Hannah are like doing it as well. Take it off! Yeah, totally.
You are running the marathon on Sunday.
I am.
And you are committed to the marathon because you're running in Danny's costume, Piranha.
Yes, Piranha.
You're a nutter.
This is not a small costume, Joel, to be running in.
Very big. I'll be honest, slightly bigger than I remembered. I went for a run this weekend. I went down to Brighton where they keep the costumes. There's an amazing company called Plunge who make them all. They're so incredible. And I ran from their offices just to test out the costume.
In Brighton?
In Brighton. And when you're running the London Marathon in a costume, it kind of makes sense because you're running along
There's lots
with
of other
everyone. It's
rhinos.
fine. I didn't really think it through. I did it at 3:30 when the schools were kicking out. I had, like, kids running after me, like, kicking the costume and stuff.
Piranha, Danny!
Exactly. It looked absolutely insane.
And you're running it for charity, right?
For an amazing charity called Shooting Star Hospices. And me and Danny went and visited one of their hospices the other day, and they do amazing work for children with end-of-life care, and like they're just seeing what they do just means so much.
What is the hopeful finish time on Sunday?
Right, I've looked it up online.
Yes,
and
because I said you can break world records.
Right, exactly. And apparently the fastest fish is 4 hours.
OK.
You can do that?
I feel like I could do a 4-hour fish.
Get a world record?
Yeah.
The fastest fish?
I'm also, like, scared that I might die in a fish costume.
You'll be good, you'll be good.
Stay there for a moment. The loose women are coming up next. Morning. Hi, Charlene. What do you got?
It's afternoon now, Ben.
Yes, it is. I keep doing that. I still haven't learned.
We're asking, should balaclavas be banned in public spaces? Also, as Ollie Murs returns to work just days after his daughter is born, is there pressure on partners to return too soon? Plus, reuniting with his on-screen daughter-in-law, Larry Lamb, will be here. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
She's right, it's definitely afternoon. Right, fastest fish.
Fastest fish.
Sub 4 hours on Sunday.
Here we go. You can donate as well on my Instagram if you want to do that. Please do. It'll be very well.
Lovely to see you, Joel.
Good luck, Joel. Good luck.
Doing amazing.
On tomorrow's Miss Morning, well, there's loads of stuff.
Taylor's new album's coming out. Have a great day. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
This Saturday, the greatest talent show on earth is back as Britain's Got Talent finally returns to our screens.
Yeah, and as they dust off those buzzers, we sent Josie to meet the formidable judges.
It's back. This Saturday sees Britain's Got Talent return for another series of the sublime, the ridiculous and the downright weird. It's one of the most prestigious talent shows on TV, so to celebrate its return, This Morning has sent their most prestigious presenter, that'll be me, to go behind the scenes and interview the judges. What do you think about that then? Simon? Bit harsh. 17th series. Congratulations, guys. I cannot believe it. Every year, you know, you think, what's going to be different? What's going to be different? But what is different from this show now?
It's felt really authentic this year. Very real and very much like it did when we first started doing Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, it feels like more like hairbrush holders doing some of the auditions. Do you know what I mean?
Is it a lot of singers this year then? Is it?
Well, it's just, it's a good spread. It's a good spread of everything.
You've got honesty to God everything already. Someone then comes out and brings out a hose pipe and uses it as a trumpet. And I think that's brilliant.
They bring out a hose pipe and start playing it. And
on this series, they play a hose pipe.
I think you've got to have the mind of a child to enjoy this show, which is
why
Bruno's brilliant.
Simon, Amanda, looking back 17 years ago, did you ever think, like back then, on that first day, that you would be here 17 years later?
I will never forget what Simon said to me. He said, we've been to the network, they're not so sure about this show, we're going to do this, we'll see what happens, but I'm not, you know, I'm not expecting anything much.
Well, the show was actually pulled.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was pulled 3 days before we started filming.
I love this story.
And I just didn't tell anyone. And I was thinking, well, we're just going to have to make it and somehow find the money.
Do a car boot or something.
Whatever. and I text that person on the first day, literally, I think after 1 or 2 acts, and I went, it's a hit.
And Bruno, this is be your second year.
My second year. I can't believe it.
Last year, you had a few golden buzzer issues, Bruno. In particular, when he broke the rules and pressed it for the second time.
He wasn't quite clear on the rules last year.
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I asked him, what are the rules? And he said, well, there are no rules.
Yeah, don't ask Simon what are the rules.
Yeah,
he doesn't follow any.
Well, there shouldn't be any rules.
And not content with only breaking the rules last year, Bruno went one further this time round and broke the golden buzzer itself.
It's the second act in and he broke it. So and then we had to use
and we used 3 already.
It was
all stick together with
3 golden buzzers on the first day.
All
and
for
it was
different acts.
Held together by sellotape. You think with a show with this bigger budget, we'd have a spare one, wouldn't you? Nothing.
Well, I don't think they're supposed to break. Basically, it's not something you think about. Oh, we better get about 4.
We better have backup.
I've learnt to embrace all of it. I think when I first started out on the show, yes, I was biased towards singers and dancers, but I really love all of it. I love to be surprised.
I think all 3 of you, you know what you like and what you don't like, because you can't be an expert on everything. Exactly. I mean, like I said, when someone pulls out a hose pipe and starts playing it as a trumpet, what am I supposed to say? Oh, I really know about this.
Oh my God, it sounds like party.
You know, talking about if you just want to do it, I've always wanted to audition. And Alicia Dixon has been an idol of mine growing up. And I don't know if you know this, but I am a rapper.
Oh, no.
No, you're not.
Oh, come on, let's see.
No.
Get on the mic, that's me, Josie. Get on the floor and swing your body. Heading it down now, ready to go. I said a woman, that body, baby, back and roll. I said it's a Josie, baby, on the mic, and then get on the floor and swing your body. Oh, no, ready to flow. Are you really, really, really ready to go?
Oh, I am ready.
I'll take you there. I'll blow you out of that atmosphere. Like I just don't care, I'm everywhere. Like I just don't care, I'm everywhere. But I don't know whether it is golden buzzer or were they?
It's not.
Well, do you know what? From talking to you guys and from what I've been hearing, it's going to be a fabulous series.
Oh,
so
cool.
Congratulations and good luck with it all.
Thank you for coming down.
Best judges ever.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josie.
Thank you. I don't know, I'm clapping myself.
Thanks so much, Josie. And Britain's Got Talent returns this weekend with a double bill on Saturday and Sunday on ITV1 and ITVX. My next guest is a globe-trotting billionaire who's crossed the world in a hot air balloon, travelled into space and even lives on his own private island.
Not James Bond. It is, of course, the one and only Sir Richard Branson. He's real. Our one's real. Lovely to see you this morning.
Lovely to see you
Thank
both.
you for coming in. You are releasing your audiobook, your memoirs. You've sort of combined them and gone back over them and re-recorded them. I wonder what it was like going back over those stories. Were there things in them that you'd forgotten?
Yeah, there were lots of things. I mean, we set up a makeshift studio with mattresses and under my house on Necker Island, and we couldn't have the air conditioning on, so I was sitting there in my underwear,
Boiling hot.
going back over 70 years and dripping. But, you know, I think all of us should write a book. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody's got a fascinating life. Life is fascinating. And so I was reading it for my kids and for my grandkids, and then maybe then for their kids and grandkids. And you know, sometimes I sort of said, as I came to certain chapters, this guy must have been off his head for sort of trying to kill himself yet again in another hot air balloon crossing or whatever. But it did make for, I think, an exciting life, exciting stories, and you know, and I've just been lucky to have had one hell of an adventure.
But I think that's what makes your story so exciting, is the fact that you don't seem to mind failure. You seem to just go for it. If you believe in something and you truly want to do it and you have the passion, you go for it, and you kind of don't let those voices in your head tell you, but what about this, or what about that, and what if it doesn't work?
No, my favourite words is "screw it, let's do it," and so, you know, people will you know, come with some outrageous idea to I don't know, take on British Airways or
fly to space,
transform the trains company's industry, or you know, create a cruise company that is unlike any cruise company that's ever been, you know, tried before. And my attitude is, yeah, you know, screw it, let's try it, and if we fall flat on our face, we'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have fallen flat on our face, and sometimes it's worked out. So, but we've had one, hell of a lot of fun, just trying and learning all the time, just learning about new things.
Yeah.
And when I was, very young, my mum would, we always wanted us to stand on our own 2 feet. She would, push me out of the car aged 5 and told me to make my own way to Granny's house, and I got lost on the way, and she got in a complete panic. But, she'd managed to, it was her way of saying, right, you can do it. You don't.
I mean, these days that would be frowned upon.
She'd be arrested today, and I'm not recommending it to any mums out there.
I think, as Kat says, and I think one of the things you've embraced is failure is such an important part of learning, and you've had so much success. But I wonder if you can share some of the things that didn't work and what that taught you. I've had lots of things that, we took on Coca-Cola and with Virgin Cola.
I'd forgotten about that.
And for 2 years, we were out selling Coke in Tesco's and other places. And then we made the mistake of going to Times Square in a British Sherman tank and crushing a whole lot of Coke and Pepsi cans, as you do. And they got on a big DC-10 at Atlanta, and they flew it to England full of squat teams and money, and suddenly just Virgin Cola disappeared from all Tesco's shelves and other people's shelves, and nobody could get Virgin Cola anymore. So they basically.
And was do you think that was that big publicity stunt that you tried, sort of riled those big multinationals up, and they thought, right, we're going to put this guy back in his place?
And the British Airways did the same to us with Virgin Atlantic.
Yes.
And they launched what was called the Dirty Tricks campaign. But because Virgin Atlantic was a better airline than British Airways, and because we managed to take them to court and prove the extreme
tactics,
methods they were using, and win quite a famous case, we survived. But with 2 cans of Coke, we couldn't have been that much better, whereas with Virgin Atlantic, we were palpably better than them.
And that's one of the things that you always do, is you always do travel by Virgin. You travel on the planes, you travel on the ships, you do that so that you can constantly push the envelope.
Yeah, I mean, it's important, if you run a company, you've got to. I mean, I flew in on Virgin Atlantic this morning. I get out, met all the passengers, met the staff, have a notebook on board, write, take notes, little suggestions and ideas. And
do they all get nervous when you come on? Hello, sir.
The most common question I get asked was, are you on every flight? but there was one girl who was brand new, first time as a stewardess on Virgin, and so it's lovely to be able to welcome somebody on board.
Yeah.
We're going to finish with a few quick-fire questions for our billionaire on the sofa, if we may. Things that our production team are thinking, what would you ask a billionaire if you could? All things that everyday people think about all the time, and they wonder whether you would as well, Richard. If we can start with these. First question, do you do your own food shopping?
Nope.
There you go.
I have a wonderful wife.
OK.
Do you ever check your own bank balance?
Nope.
No, don't have to do that. What does someone buy you as a present?
Which would be, I'm always borrowing money to do the next project, so there wouldn't be any money in it. And I'm not officially a billionaire anyway. But...
Not officially. Let's not get in the way. What does someone buy you as a present? What are the best presents you get?
Obviously, love. I mean, just time with being surprised with the grandkids turning up, or...
Yeah, same as anybody else. Yeah. Do you ever cook, and what's your signature dish?
I can now use the microwave.
The microwave.
Anything that warms up in the microwave.
Nice. Have you ever thought that's too expensive?
Oh yes, all the time.
What was the last thing that you thought was too expensive?
I don't like sort of wasting money on, on expensive things.
So you don't waste money. You're quite frugal when it comes to the things.
Yeah, I'll turn off lights, and I'm frugal. I mean, I started with nothing, and I appreciate having created some things, but I never created them for the money. I still
and that's the drive.
The ideas.
I just love creating.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the worst words I hate is the word billionaire, because I think, you know, you are what you are. You create things. What you're worth is not how you should be labelled, in my opinion. And I just see money as a way to be able to create new things, create new jobs, create things you can be proud of.
And you've done a lot of those things, as you'll find out if you listen to the books. They are really gripping. Richard, lovely to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And well done with what you've created here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And John Bon Jovi joins us now. Good morning. I mean, when you see those clips, it's such an honest documentary. I mean, it really isn't a puff piece.
No, all the blemishes are there. You know, you see your life flash before your eyes just before you pass away. I don't think I'm dead yet.
You're not. You're not.
Very much alive.
Yeah, I know.
There is so much in it, John. Like, we've all loved your music for decades now and seen that sort of that journey that, as a band, you've been on, and the way that whole music landscape has changed. I wonder how you found looking back and going through some of that old footage.
It was emotional, you know, it was emotional. We, the band, got together maybe 6 months ago and saw a rough cut. It's the last time I watched it. And it was emotional. There was the highs, there was the lows, because really, to have an honest-to-goodness career that lasts 40 years, there has to be highs and lows, and you have to acknowledge both.
Yeah, of course. And what were those moments like when you were sifting through all of the back catalogue? Because there are moments in the movie where you're literally going through tape
cassettes and notebooks.
Back in the day, and then you see this moment where you watch yourself going on stage all those years ago at the Giants Stadium.
Right.
And you talk, and you're like, that kid's excited.
He was very excited. There was a lot of caffeine in that system. I was bouncing off the walls before I got onto the stage, yeah.
But do you get that feeling back when you watch it? Is it a slight of out-of-body experience, or do you go back?
You know, I think it's the wisdom of having, you know, the experience and looking back on that kid. You've been asked throughout your career, what would you tell the younger you?
Yeah.
Slow down. It's okay.
Pace yourself.
We're going to be here. You know, it all works out in the end.
Yeah.
There is one of the things that you do broach, and you show a lot of the work you have to put in with your voice at the moment, John.
Yeah.
You've been very honest about some of the struggles that you are having with singing, and you've said if you can't be the John Bon Jovi that you always have been, you're not going to do it. Where are you with the voice at the moment? How is it?
You know, what people will see in the film had been shot 1 year and 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm much further along in the process now. We have a new album that's coming out in June. I had no issues singing it. The successful surgery happened. Now it's all a part of the rehabilitation of a vocal cord. You got to remember that your vocal cords are as big as your thumbnail. They're this big. You know, and it's out of your control, really.
And every time you sing, they work really, really hard.
They work hard.
The way you sing.
You know, for 40 years, they've worked hard.
He's the original front man.
Yeah.
You know? Absolutely.
But it's coming along, thank you.
And so, do you think there is a chance you'll tour again? Because in the documentary, you compare it to Tiger Woods, actually.
Yeah, coming back to the Masters.
And being kind of 80% of...
100% of 80%.
Exactly.
Right.
Do you think you
That's
will?
Unacceptable.
That's unacceptable
my
to you.
hope is to, my intention is to.
But if you're not at 100%...
Then I'm done. You know, it would be that simple. But like I said, believe me, folks, thank you very much, but I'm very far down the road of recovery at this point.
Okay.
I'm not there yet, but for me, the bar is that 2.5 hours a night, 4 nights a week. You know, that's what we do. You know, if we're going to play, we play.
It's amazing, though, when you think back to young John and what he got away with, and it just all came so naturally when you were singing, and it wasn't something you worried about, I bet.
Yeah, I'd never had any issues, you know, physically. So this was a surprise to me.
A lot of the stuff in the documentary that's so wonderful to look back, because as a kid of the 80s, as was Kat, the look, and particularly the hair, John. And what I loved was the idea that your dad was one of the first guys that helped with the styling of your hair.
Well, he was a hairdresser. My dad was a hairdresser.
It's
not that he created that.
But if you think about the impact that look had, to have your old man doing that, I mean, do you ever sort of turn around and go, Dad, how did you let me go on stage looking like that?
No, you know, but like I said, it was the way that every kid in the mall in America looked. You know, I've had such a privileged life that my baby pictures are public.
Yeah.
Yours are not. You know?
Oh, no, some of ours are. Believe me, some of them
We've
really
got a baby
are.
picture of the two of you
Oh,
from
yes.
24 years ago. Kat
Where is it?
Oh, yeah, hold on, look,
Let's
look,
have a
look.
look. Have you got this? Kat
You do?
interviewed
Oh,
you.
good.
I'm
Let's see.
really little.
CD UK, I think it's year 2000.
I don't know,
They'll
was
try
it
and dig it out.
2000?
It's in
They'll
the
dig it
system
out.
somewhere, we'll show you.
There we go,
There you
there we
So
go.
there's Kat.
Oh, there you
I'm a
go.
baby, and you're a baby too there. There's a
love
sign
it.
of you that's a baby as well. But I think that was one of the things about the documentary that struck me was you were also honest. And each person had their own...
Truth.
Yes, that's what you said.
Correct. You know, we didn't want to have a vanity piece here. If we were going to tell this 40-year journey, it had to be everybody's truth, because no matter what we talk about here today, we're all going to take this experience home differently.
Yeah.
You're going to, you know, decide what you got out of today's conversation. So everybody deserved to have their viewpoints heard.
And you don't shy away from Richie leaving and the drama and the trauma that all caused you.
Sure.
How was that to hear him talking about it as well, though? Because it's no holds barred, isn't it?
No. He had some issues, you know, and it was unfortunate. Nobody expected it. There literally was a show that night, you know, as 20,000 people waiting in the arena, and he didn't show up. So it was heartbreaking. And it's been 11 years, so we've obviously all had to move on from that. But there's nothing but love. You know, there was never any animos. He had issues that he, you know, just had to confront.
And did you watch the show together?
We did watch the first 3 episodes together.
I love that. Round at your house or his house?
My house, yeah.
And what did you discuss as you watched it?
Look what happened. Yeah.
Did you? No, but it didn't like resurrect any emotions or anything.
There was joy as we sat together. It was just the two of us. I can't reiterate it enough. There is no animos. He's taken a path on his journey.
Yeah.
That, you know, being in a rock band is not a life sentence.
Yeah.
He was there for 30 of the 40 years.
Yeah.
You know, everything along the way is what got me to where I am today.
Yeah.
Could you see him coming back? Could you do some stuff
There's
together?
always an opportunity. He knows 3/4 of the songs. but it's not that I'm looking for that or he's looking for that or anybody's looking for that.
It'd be a wonderful reunion, though, for you guys and for the fans as well, of course.
Like I keep saying, there's no animos, I swear to you.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the things, there's so much in the documentary, the album cover, Slippy When Wet, and how that came about, but also Living on a Prayer. You talk really honestly about the fact that you guys wrote Living on a Prayer and you were like, yeah, it's all right.
No, it was good, but you have to remember that the simplicity of writing...
Really smartly about it, where you say, when he was there, I had something to reach for. I could see it, I could be it. And your friends in real life, you go on fun car journeys.
Sure, we're old friends, but the E Street Band, there were 7 members.
Right.
The Asbury Jukes, there were 10 members. This was 25 miles south of my childhood home. Chances are you went to a bar and one of them was going to be there. So it was like touching Santa Claus wherever you went, which made the impossible seem possible. The English bands that we were brought up on, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Queen, Elton John, those were bigger than life.
Yes.
But when you had the E Street Band and the Asbury Jukes 25 miles south and they were making records and singing songs about our backyard, it made the impossible seem possible. And they were 12 years older than I was, so they were always like big brothers.
Yeah, they've got advice for you. And now you actually take a car journey together. And...
Yeah, it's a story in the film now that's getting a lot of pickup because I guess it makes sense. You know, you have the two of us driving around New Jersey. People see it and they think, you know, it's George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. You know?
It's like pictures of Bigfoot.
It's Bigfoot, yeah. and you know, we do that often.
Do you?
Yeah, we do.
Like about what?
5 times a year, 6 times a year. So every couple of months, we just go for a few hours. No phones, no radio, no body.
Yeah.
So that we can just, you know,
just
catch
chat.
up.
So there's no music. You're not arguing over whose music is played.
Unless we're playing each other a new song or
right.
a
Okay.
But other than that, it's the radio's off because the time is catching up with friends.
Precious.
Talking of music, on the new album there is a song that you've dedicated to your daughter. Because of course you're now.
She may be the only one on the planet that hasn't heard it at this point.
Oh yes, because it's for her wedding.
I was too afraid to play it for her.
No.
So she's not heard it. When is she going to hear it?
On the day?
On the wedding day?
No, or when the record comes out. Sometime between now and then I will get a backbone and play it for her.
Isn't that funny that after all these years, you're still nervous about playing a song for your daughter that you've written for her wedding?
I wrote a little song when she was 5 years old called I Got the Girl on an album called Crushed that had It's My Life on it. Now she's 30 years old and getting married. You blink your eye and these things happen.
I know.
And so there's a song called Kiss the Bride on the record that's quite moving for me as the dad.
That sounds big. And of course, your son's getting married to...
Two of my sons are getting married, but one of them, yes, Jake and Millie Bobby Brown.
Lovely Millie Bobby Brown, so you're welcoming her into the family.
Yes, we
How are you feeling about sort of the growth of the family?
There's like, it's crazy time. You know, 3 weddings in a year.
That sounds like a film title.
Curtis movie. That's what it is.
And the album.
Yeah, and the documentary's called Thank You, Good Night. This doesn't mean the end, does it?
No.
Good.
You know, when you think about it from my perspective, the last thing I say to an audience on any given night is, thank you. Thank you for giving me a couple of hours of your life. And I wish you well into the good night.
One of the things that we have here, of course, you'll know of Glastonbury, and there is the Legends slots on a Sunday night, the Glastonbury. Bon Jovi, would they ever be keen to go down and do Glastonbury? Would you do it?
I've done about every other thing in this nation, you know. I mean, why not?
Yes. Let's get Emily Evis on the phone.
How many
on the phone? We could sort this out before the end of the show.
Hyde Park and Wembley and everything else. I mean, sure. If we go out on the road again, what's the big, you know,
What's the big deal?
Bon Jovi at Glastonbury.
Big deal.
And loads of people getting in touch, John Imogen. Seeing you guys at Wembley in 1995, the most surreal experience I've ever had. The whole stadium was rocking. Wendy, I love Bon Jovi. My room was covered in their posters. Karina's been in touch. She said, my mum met John and the boys back in 1989. They signed her arm. She then got them tattooed. Have you got the picture? There you go, look. That's Karina's mum's arm that was signed by all of Bon Jovi.
Crazy.
She's had tattooed on.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's just amazing. Jay, I'm a massive fan of Bon Jovi. We'd love it if Richie would come back. Is there any chance we haven't? We've already talked about that. Batsy, your music is medicine for the soul. Your songs open me up to seeing the beauty within the chaos of the world. So thank you.
Brilliant.
There's an amazing array of messages from different people that just love the music, John.
It fascinates me, and I'm grateful for all of it. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. Thank You and Good Night is out on the 26th of April, Disney+, and the album Forever is in June.
Yes.
Couldn't you continue good luck with the vocal rehab and all that?
Yes,
and fingers crossed, we'll
keep going, keep going. We want 100%.
Yeah, too right.
John Bon Jovi.
Thanks, guys.
Sharon Marshall's inviting you to join her on a trip to Corrie now, where she knows the perfect place to grab a cup of tea and a breakfast balm and a soap legend.
Today...
that Mr. Cropper has a history of flouting the law and absconding.
Well, David Nielsen, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for joining our Soap Legends series. It's 30 years next year.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you would be here for this long?
It was 6 episodes to start with, but I did fancy, I thought, I wouldn't mind 5 years of this. Because it was beautifully written, it was very funny, and he was brought in to stalk Deirdre, and he was like a Norman Bates character at the top of this house.
Anyway, just give us a shout if you need out. Last door, top of the stairs. I'm usually here.
Right back to the beginning, as you said, it was this thing of, is he benign or is he dangerous? It was creepy Cropper.
And yes, he was in your face, and he stood too close, and you know, he just didn't quite get it.
Forget this, I'll make other arrangements.
Mr. Gilroy, where are you going? Mr. Gilroy! Mr. Gilroy!
Well, I managed to take it into the direction that he's okay. He's, you know, you might not want to live next door to him, but he's all right.
And so, after 6 successful episodes, Creepy Cropper became a part of the Weatherfield furniture, and his character developed with the help of his real-life wife.
Because my wife was a special needs teacher, and she said, well, he might have Asperger's. He might just actually be very literal and not get it, and that it's quite innocent.
Amazing little creature, the pipistrelle. Do you know, in one night, it can consume over 3,000 insects.
Those details that have made us love him, the shopping bag, the bat loving, the trains. Where do all those details come from?
They came from the fact that he was always asking Deirdre if she wanted shopping. And I thought I'd rather have you know, this bag. He was just ahead of his time. It was a bag for life before, you know, it was just the way it was. And I don't know, I didn't intend for it to be sort of welded to his hand every time he went out.
What is in it? Your scripts?
Yeah, a pair of marigolds.
Brought me own gloves.
One of my storylines that really made me fall in love with him, it was Hayley. Originally, I think this was supposed to be a very short-running storyline.
Yeah. When they decided that he was benign and they liked the character, the law of soap says you have to have a relationship then.
What I'd like is if eventually you and me could possibly think of having a relationship.
The initial thing was that it was a device, that he was going to run a mile when he found out that she'd been born as a man. But the casting of Julie was brilliant. And also our sympathies are very much with these characters. For me, it was about bullying as much as anything. It was just difference. Why can't you be that?
You are the best partner that I could ever opt for. Now, shut up and keep that back straight.
They were very much about bringing in the waifs and strays, weren't they?
Yeah, if they could help, they did. And they never really reject anyone.
We know on screen he's taken these people in, he's helped the Beckys, and you and Hayley have taken people in the world, and he's a good man that tried to help this lost soul, Lauren.
Yeah, and he would again. I think he would again. He's admirable. Are you under the weather at all?
No.
It's just that you haven't been yourself all day.
I'm fine.
Admirable he may be, but in true soap fashion, this kindness, and, well, Roy being Roy, has led to a wrongful charge of murder. So what does David think of this latest storyline twist?
He's his own worst enemy. I mean, he needs support from himself. I mean, he puts himself there. I'm amazed, you know, that I haven't been in prison before, because everybody else has.
Could you sum him up? How would you describe him?
Anyone except he's his own man. He's his own man. And he can't be any other, that's the thing. It's not like he can't act being, you know, that's what he can't do. I love him and he's been very good to me. Just shows, you know, people are all right, otherwise they wouldn't relate to a character who's essentially kind. There's a thing about, you know, be a bit more Roy.
Cool dude, it seems.
Do you think he was ever a cool dude?
He's just such a fabulous character.
He is.
Always has been such a fabulous character. Sharon, thank you for that. It was brilliant.
Thank you.
It's an absolute treat to have Sir Ian McKellen with us this morning. Thank you for coming in.
He's made friends.
Leek, tart and a lab. I mean, what more could you ask?
And look how happy Buddy is, by the way, in your presence.
And what's he going to be when he grows up?
Well, he's training to work with people with autism.
Autistic children.
Yeah. So he's going to be a help for someone who has autism.
And he'll live with them?
He will live with them, yeah. He'll become their companion.
Really clever.
Hey, Buddy.
Yeah. Oh.
Buddy.
Really?
Very obedient.
Oh,
very, very obedient.
Very clever. So you're currently on stage at the moment playing Falstaff.
I can't be bothered talking to you when I've got a new pal. Yeah.
Should I just give up?
Do you have animals? Have you ever had animals?
I've often lived with dogs, but I live on my own, so I can't have a dog, really.
No. Do you miss having that companionship of an animal, though?
No, but when I do meet a friendly dog, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. They are just so warm and generous in their spirit.
Absolutely.
You were on stage last night, Ian.
I was. And I'll be on stage tonight.
Tell us about the play that you're doing at the moment.
Playing Falstaff.
Well, it's by William Shakespeare. I've got a mouthful of leek.
I know.
That's Clodagh's fault. There's a glass of water there if you'd like to have a little rinse.
And it's Henry IV, parts 1 and 2.
That's right. He wrote 2 plays about the same characters, and our director, Robert Icke, has put them together, which is often done.
OK.
And so it's all collapsed a bit. It's a long evening. It's 3 hours, 20 minutes.
Gosh.
And I played the part of Falstaff, who is... Well, he's not a very nice man, actually. He's,
No.
he's a thug and a villain. East End.
Yeah.
And violent. But witty. And he takes under his wing the young Prince, Harry. Nothing to do with the Prince Harry.
No, but that's...
And he doesn't get on with his father very well, and Falstaff, my character, becomes a sort of substitute father and leads him astray, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Great character to play, though.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
But, baby boy, do you want to come and be in the play with me?
Oh,
Falstaff can't lead Buddy astray.
No, absolutely
No. So there we are. That's what I'm doing at the moment.
Excellent, excellent. And you were also in Hamlet, that
I know.
you played... You were an 82-year-old Hamlet.
Ridiculous.
People can buy this on DVD, on Blu-ray, they can download it.
But it was during the time of COVID, right? So
Yes,
you were...
we were. Sean Mathias had the idea that I could play Hamlet. Because it isn't always what you look like, it's what you feel like.
No, it's the same as Laertes was played by a woman and your father was Francesca.
Yes, that's right, Francesca. My dad.
Yeah.
My dead dad.
Dead dad. Ghost of the dad.
So we were going to do it in the theatre. Couldn't do it because of COVID, and Sean said, all right, well, then why don't we film it, which we were allowed to do. And it doesn't take place on the stage of the Theatre Royal Windsor. It takes place throughout the building. In the dressing rooms, up in the flyers, in the cellar, on the roof at one point.
Yeah.
And it amazes me by being very, very clear, very exciting, very modern, it feels.
Yes.
And unlike any other Hamlet there's ever been. So if you know Hamlet well, this is a bit of a treat. If you don't know Hamlet well, I still think it works because it's a collapsed version. It's about 2 hours. And it races along. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it's like the play within a play aspect a little bit, almost, by being shot in the theatre.
And it's just taken off.
Yeah.
And they lit Windsor Castle specifically for you as well.
Well, the Prince, what was he
Duke
called?
of Edinburgh?
Prince Philip had just died.
Duke of Edinburgh, yeah.
So, Duke of Edinburgh. So they were in mourning and weren't lighting up the castle. And I thought that was a pity because we could have done with a bit of background of looking like a castle. And, well, we inquired and word came through, yes, that would be all right. So they turned the lights on specially for us.
You see, that's what happens if you're a Knight of the Realm.
Do you think so?
Ian, yes. Because they've knighted you, you're allowed to light up any of the castles you so choose.
Well, thank you for telling me that, because I've often wondered what the point of knighthood was, really.
I think I may have just made that up, but you can have it if that helps it.
Thank you. Yeah, so nothing surprised me more when I saw it and realised what had been in Sean's mind.
Yeah.
And although it's actually quite moving that there's this old geezer, me, speaking this young language and feeling and thinking young, it works.
It's a fabulous watch. And I think you've said
brilliant.
this, people often come to Shakespeare to listen, not necessarily to look at what's happening, because the words are...
Correct.
Are
And we are an audience.
Yeah.
Audio.
Yeah.
Viewers watch television.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah.
Audiences go to the theatre.
Serene, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for
Lovely
joining
to
us,
see you. Thank you
especially
for
when you've
joining
been
us.
so busy.
It's so good.
That was a little look at Changing Ends, starring fantastic Oliver Savell as the young Alan Carr, along with Alan as well, who appears in it. They're both here. It's going to be on ITV1 tonight, isn't it?
Yes.
It's already been on ITVX.
Yes.
If you've watched the series, you can watch the whole thing, but it's coming to ITV1.
Yeah, 8:30 tonight.
Lovely to have you both here, Ollie. Lovely to meet you as well.
Oh,
You have
thank
just
you,
done the
you too.
most extraordinary job. Before we get into how you become Alan, I wonder how you feel, Alan, because, of course, this is your life you're writing about. It's your life experiences and everybody watching and you as a kid in the 80s.
I know, it was so personal to write it as well. And I know everyone thinks, I'm full of beans and so confident, but sitting in that writer's room where I wrote it and the actors are finally saying all the lines, and it was, my heart was thumping. I was feeling sick and everything. But I'm just so pleased because, it's so personal. If people didn't like it, they didn't like me. I don't know, they slag off shows that I've been on, other ones, but this one is so personal.
Yes.
It's me. They don't like me.
But
how can they not like me?
But the reviews, Alan, have been absolutely incredible. When they came in, you must have been so pleased.
The Guardian said I was clever. They've never said
You
I've
are.
been clever.
You are. Because the thing is, when you watch it, and you were saying to me, you will absolutely love this show. And I was like, I think I'm really going to... It's heartfelt, it's funny, it's real. To me, it reminded me a little bit of Adrian Mole that I used to watch when I was a kid too.
And it's that lovely dose of nostalgia as well and everything.
Down to the telephone and the file of
Well, he
fax.
didn't know what any of these... I was explaining to him what a fax was. I said, you know now when you text, you used to put a bit of paper, put the code in, go... and then someone would get it 4 days later.
Did he just look at you as though you were mad?
I know. It was like I was a dinosaur.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. You're absolutely right. Don't try and make sense of it, Ollie.
No.
Now, one of the reasons it's such an amazing show is because you found the perfect mini Alan.
Yeah.
Little Alan, played by Ollie here, is just... there you go. He's just like Alan as well, isn't he? What did you know of Alan Carr before you got the audition?
Oh, well, I mean, I'd seen him in, like, interviews and
Yeah.
his, like, chat shows and everything.
Were you a fan?
Yeah, I was, actually.
Did you name a cat after him?
No, oh, my God, no. It was
The cat
before.
is called Alan.
Yeah, it is called Alan, yeah. But it was like, we sort of... we just done the taster.
Yeah.
We got the cat. We were thinking of names to call it. And then... like, my mum said, oh, why not Alan, as, like, a joke?
Yeah.
And then it was like...
A joke?
And then it was like, oh, no, it actually really worked.
And it fits. You've got a cat called Alan.
The cat does look like an Alan.
Does it?
Suits it,
does.
yeah.
So how did you prep for the audition? Because I know that... Didn't you put it out on Instagram? You were looking and looking.
Well,
You
we were
had
live on GMB, I think, when you first mentioned
Yes.
it. And you were inundated.
450 people.
450, and
Audition.
some of them were so heartwarming, some of them were just downright offensive. I don't want to see a kid in a fat suit, basically. But but they were like... But, you know, we wrote the scripts, and ITV were loving the scripts. They said, but, you know, if you can't find a young Alan, it's not worth you writing it. So we did, and it was like a movie. We went through 450, and he was in the last batch, and he came in and he gave such an intelligent... it wasn't, all right, my name's Alan. It was, like, proper, like, you know, a bit nuanced.
Subtle.
Subtle. You know me, subtle. And as soon as he went out the door... We just all did a jump for joy when we've got him. We have got him.
So, Ollie, how do you do it? How do you become Alan? Where do you start?
Well, it's like the teeth really help because it sort of helps you get into character.
Which you never grew into.
Can I just say, it is a bit insulting when I'm on set and I can hear, comedy teeth for Ollie. Can you get the comedy teeth? I'm like, yeah, well, you can take yours out.
So, go on, you start with the teeth.
And then it's sort of like, well, it can't be, because obviously Alan's 11. So he wouldn't sound like he does now.
No.
He'd sound different.
Yeah.
So I sort of had to bring myself into the role a little bit. And obviously, like, still sound like him, but, like, sort of bring myself into it. So I sort of... I don't know how to describe it, but I just...
Was there vowels particularly you'd lean on?
Yeah, I had a dialect coach and he said Alan sort of spits out his words.
Oh.
Like...
Did they? Well, she won't be working on series 2.
So, God, can you give us... How did it... Is it easy for me to say or is it hard for me to say, can you give us a little Alan?
Well, I mean, I can like...
Give us a go. Just,
Go on, do it, love.
What do you want me to say?
No, because sometimes I'm sitting there on the set and he will struggle with, and I'll go, microwave.
Oh, is that the word to get you into it?
That's how it is,
Because sometimes he can't get it right, so I'm like, microwave.
And you sing it a little bit as well.
Yeah, it's sort of like, it's really hard to describe.
The thing is, I think my voice is quite like an old lady's as well, so it's got a lot to deal with.
A lot to deal. And having you on set as well, I like... If I was putting myself in your position, Ollie, that would be really difficult to have somebody on set that you're trying to do the little version of as well. That must be really difficult.
Yeah, because I guess it's one of those things that could, like, go wrong.
Yeah.
Because you could, like...
Good job I've got a
do
thick
it wrong.
skin, isn't it?
But was it also for you, because there are moments in there where, as are in all the best comedies, where you laugh out loud, And then you also get
really emotional.
An achy heart sometimes
Yeah.
too. There must have been moments like that for
The
you.
bit in there when you're talking about the final scene in episode 6,
Yeah.
I did burst into tears because it was just a bit too close to home, and his performance was just so magical. And then I was like, well, I'm getting choked up now, but I was like, oh, can you just give me a few minutes, because it was just. Yeah, it was just magical, and it just brought back a lot of stuff. And you know, when they asked me to write it, I wanted it to be pre-Watershed, because I want, if anyone's at school getting bullied or having a tough time, I want them to sit with their mum and dads and go, oh, I'm a bit different, my voice is a bit like this.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel like I'm like other people. So at least they can watch it and, you know, it can help them a bit, you know. And no, it does turn out all right.
Yeah.
Look, we're on this morning.
What do your mum and dad make of it?
Oh, they love it. They
just think
love
they're
it.
amazing.
Yeah, they really love it. And I was so worried, you know, about how they were going to take it. But it's a lovely show, isn't it?
Yeah. The end of the series is really emotional.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
The last one of the series. So series 2 is in the can.
Yeah, where do we go on the next bit?
Yeah, I think that's coming on ITVX in July or August. And so, and just a joy to write and stuff. But we carry on the whole story. And also, what would you say about this one, this next series? Is
Well, I mean, I think gradually, as the seasons go on, he's, like, finding himself a little bit more. He's, like, discovering, like, new things about himself.
Yeah, and George Michael.
Yeah?
Most of the pop stars of the 80s.
Yeah.
And what about your mates then, Ollie? What have they made of you and doing this big series that's been such a massive hit?
Yeah, I mean, like, they like it. When season 1 came out on ITVX, we, like, invited some of my friends and, like, some family and, like, watched it. It was, like, a little bit of a screening.
Lovely.
And, yeah, everyone really enjoyed it.
Well, we have loved it.
Yeah, we did.
Really, really loved
Absolutely.
it, as has Buddy,
Really.
clearly. Very content between the two of you now. I gave Ollie some biscuits and that didn't go quite so
We
well.
thought it was going to be a disaster.
Start taking with the biscuits.
Oh,
That
dear.
will keep everyone happy. Lovely to see you both. Thank you for coming
Thanks,
in.
Alan. Thanks, Ollie.
And
Brilliant.
it starts on ITV1
Tonight.
8:30.
8:30. And then the new series, ITVX, will be July.
July, August, yeah.
You're
Right.
going to love it. He's all right. Ollie, you'll be fine. Where's Alan the cat when you need him?
Yeah, where is he?
Very carried away. Chris has just sat down
Like
and
ninjas.
he's just given me the poster for this year's Carfest, because there's so many people.
Just
on
so
it.
don't forget.
So you don't forget
It's
the names.
so good.
It's like, there's 27 bands, you know how, so we roll.
Sam Ryder, Beverly Knight, Jake
Richard Ashcroft,
Schiff,
Ollie
Hula
Murs,
Shaker,
yes.
Reef.
UB40.
Yeah, Ollie Murs, UB40, Deacon
Damien
Blue.
Lewis,
Yeah,
he was
Johnny
on
H.
the-
Jazz.
Furnace
Great,
and the
isn't it?
Fundamentals.
For 20 quid for a kid, come on.
How on earth, so it's been going since 2011,
Yeah.
how on earth does it keep just getting bigger and better and more fun and more value for money?
You just get really good people to not sleep for a year who are good at their jobs, and you just take all the credit. That's what you
Well,
do.
because Emily Evis is kind of your Obi-Wan, isn't she?
Yeah, so we started Carfest, like you say, we're 21 in, so we've done 21 of them. 21. So it's our 22nd this year. Every penny goes to charity, but you know that, and you've supported us loads over the years on this morning, so thank you. And, we did a few shows from Glastonbury for the BBC in the past, and I had breakfast with Emily and Nick Evis at the farm at Worthy Farm, and I said, she said, how's the festival going? I said, it's going great, thanks. Any tips? She said, well, you just to leave, you sow all the seeds and then you water the seeds all year and then at the weekend you just leave it, don't you? I went, no, I get really busy at the weekend. She said, no, just let it be at the weekend. And ever since I've done that, it's just better.
Do you feel like you can enjoy it more because you're less frenetic?
Yeah,
on
it's
that
like
weekend?
prepping for an exam. It's probably a good idea. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you do much prep for your exams back in the day?
No, I didn't, to be honest. But the anxiety of not doing that, it's better to learn the language before. Because, you have a few beers and you always think you can speak French, you can't.
Yeah.
You just...
But you're willing to give it a go?
It's drunken French, isn't it?
Yeah, you're willing to give it a go.
Yeah, and I've learned that organising the festival is probably the best way. But I'm so grateful, like I say, 22 in, and 22 this year. So.
And is that first one, sorry, Kat,
Go on,
that first one, am I right in saying it was in Richard and Judy's back garden?
Yeah.
In Cornwall?
Yeah.
So you
How did that happen?
With Moira Stewart in a horse box.
Of course it was.
It was.
Of course it
And
was.
a Yorkshire pudding in an air fryer.
Yeah. Go on, explain.
Well, no, because so I wanted to do a family festival, and I wanted to call it Family Fest, but it was sort of too worthy for its own good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what this has become. So Carfest is 7 festivals in one, and then at 4 o'clock every night, the bands kick off, right? So what happens is you get all these different things going on all day. You got like literally hundreds of acres, and you got Family Fest, Adventure Fest, you got Kids Fest, you got Retro Fest, you got Spa Fest, and now you got Star Fest. You know, so we have all this stuff going on all day, and then at 4 o'clock the bands kick in. And the best way to sell a ticket in the beginning, way back, was to sort of call it a car festival.
Yeah.
For loads of reasons, doesn't matter why, but it was.
The people who love cars want to come along and see a car.
Yeah, and they've got families and stuff
Yeah.
like this. So we get them to pay for the ticket and the family get in for free, or the family has to put up with whoever's coming to the car festival. So then we put a load of stuff on for them, and that started growing, and now that's mostly that. We actually thought about changing the name, but...
Really?
Yeah, we thought, too like, I don't know.
But it's become known as Carfest. Everybody knows what they're going to get.
But it's about 20% cars and about 80% everything else. The cars are really important, and Martin, who runs the cars, and it's at Jody Scheckter's farm. He was the Ferrari world champion. But it's loads of other stuff as well.
Because it's also raising loads of money for amazing charity. It started off Children in Need, right?
Yeah, so we did 100% Children in Need, and then we did 50% Children in Need. It's still 50% Children in Need. All the charities are on the website. They're all UK charities. They're all kids' charities apart from one, which is My Black Dog, which is for mental health, which is a text thing for mental health, which is all awesome. But every single penny we've ever made goes to charity.
Which is almost 30 million now.
It's 25 million in counting, so it'll be 26, 27 at the end of this year. But it works out about just over £1 million per festival. So it's just great. It's great. It's great. It's not maybe we could push it for more, but we want more. Look, we want it to be a win-win. So as many people can afford to come as possible. It's a third of the tickets are bought by 4 kids. But it's 20 quid a day for it.
Yeah.
It's 20 quid.
With all of that on offer.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant, fun thing.
Carfest.org. I'd love you to come. You're very
When
welcome.
is it? The 23rd,
It's August
25th
bank holiday.
of August?
Bank holiday weekend.
Do we get that off here? Do we get that off
How's it?
here?
By the way, how is it going?
It's amazing.
It's so fun.
Loving it.
So you had your first run.
Yeah.
Like your first half term.
Do you know that we'd never worked together before?
Yeah.
We'd never done that. We didn't give it a go or anything.
No,
did
I knew
we?
Paddy very well.
Oh, that doesn't make
not
any
as well as
difference.
Kat.
Well, Paddy knows Kat better.
Yeah.
Marginally.
But good energy meets good energy. So you had the first run, and in school terms, this last fortnight was your half term.
Yes.
So you'll never get your first holiday from your first run back again.
Yeah.
And so coming back today feels different, I bet, doesn't it?
Really
well,
fun.
I texted him and I said, I've actually quite missed you.
Of course.
It was a weird thing, because you're just kind of finding your feet.
Yeah,
and we
so
have
then we stopped.
And then we have a really
But we
nice
had a
time.
really lovely lunch. You'll remember those lunches before we stopped for Easter holiday, which was a lot of fun.
With the gang?
Yeah, with the team here. And actually, the reception, the response that we've had from all the viewers, and we know how important this show is to so many people at home watching. And, of course, we're learning the job on air.
But it's really similar to your Virgin Radio show as well, because I feel like on your show, you never know who's going to turn up. You never know what guests. It could be a therapist, it could be a professor, an author, an actor. And this is kind of
that lovely recipe,
a similar thing.
Well, it's a bit like being
life.
I think a show like this is a bit like being a tennis player, right?
Go on.
In as much as you do it so much, you sort of don't need to train, because you're on for 2.5 hours a day, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? And so by the end of the week, you've done, 12 and a half?
Yeah.
Because you don't do Fridays, do you?
No.
So it's, what is it, 10 hours a week?
Yeah, something like that,
That's loads, isn't it?
It is.
So if
Live
you do
telly.
1 hour a week, then you've got to do 13 weeks to do what you do in a week.
Yeah.
So you're going to learn so much more so quickly. And that's why, same on The Big Breakfast, 1 week in, we were 10 hours in.
Yeah.
3 months in, we were like nearly 100 hours in.
And the wonderful thing, Chris, is it's 40 years, I think, broadcasting for you. Gabby's still working, that whole
Here's
thing.
the next 40.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, 40 years.
I used to listen to Chris when you were doing Too Much Gravy on Radio 1 on a Sunday afternoon. I'd be doing my homework.
Yeah.
And I would listen to you on the radio.
That show ran for 6 weeks.
Yeah, but I'd listen.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Yeah, it was
I
fun,
loved
man.
it. I remembered it distinctly.
And were you all here for Saturday, for Anton Deck?
We weren't here.
I
We'd been
wasn't.
here a couple of weeks before. So when sort of Kat surprised the boys with what they were doing. But the scale of what they did, even the Saturday we were here, but last Saturday... Was
Everybody's raving about that show.
Yeah.
I actually didn't see it, but I'm going to watch it.
The scale of it it was up there.
20 years, by the way.
By the way, can we just have a quick moment about the fact that you've left skid marks on our floor, on our studio floor?
By the way, they're the right kind of skid marks.
we need you to sign them, like you used to have to
we need
sign
to
the
put
tip
them
by
into
tip.
context, Ben, in case people can't see the car. No, you're very welcome.
I see them there.
So, do you know where this car came from?
No.
No.
OK, so this car came from Anton Deck's last show. They were going to give it away, but they ran out of time.
Well, should we give it away?
So we're going to give it away now, is that what you're saying?
No, that's where I got it from. They just said you can use this and pretend it's the Carfest car. Of course you can.
Can you imagine if we just go back...
Is it true you actually started Carfest because you weren't eating bread?
Yeah, so I gave up bread for 40 days and 40 nights, but I love bread so much.
Because
it's hard not... So your brain doesn't recognise the word not. So if you say, I'm not going to do something, it ignores the word not and picks up on all the other words. So you've got to start doing something else, and then the bad habit falls away.
Right.
So I thought, well, let's organise a festival.
Well, thank goodness you
21
did.
And you still... Did you go back to the bread, though?
Yeah, of course. I
got back to the bread.
I'm off the booze.
Off the booze for a year. That's something else we need to talk about. Lovely to see you, Chris.
Thank you very much.
This is amazing.
Carfest is the 23rd to the 25th of August, and tickets are available now.
Yeah, carfest.org. Even if you can't stand the sight of me or the sound of my name, just have a look at the website. Please come.
It's an amazing...
Excellent.
Stacey's here with us. We're just thinking maybe Knits and Knitting could be another show you do down the line as well.
I don't think there's any left, though, Ben. That's what I'm saying. I haven't seen them in years.
Let's talk about Renovation Rescue, because it's a really lovely show. Particularly the nature of what you do, Stacey, for these couples that have basically started trying to turn their homes around, and for one reason or another, it's not gone to plan.
Do you know what? I feel really lucky to even be able to do shows like this, because I genuinely mean it when I say it's such a nice feeling being able to go in and see what we can do to help. I think first and foremost, even though a lot of these people have been let down so badly and they've spent a lot of money, which is just horrendous and heartbreaking, the worst side of it for me, from my experience of meeting all these different people, is that it actually really knocks their confidence and they blame themselves. Like, they feel like they were silly to not have recognised that they weren't paying enough or they weren't asking the right questions, but actually I think I know a little bit about DIY, the very bare basics, and I've still found myself in situations where I've gone with certain people and it hasn't been what I wanted. So it can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
But there's also, I don't want to, you know, there's incredible tradesmen out there and really brilliant people that are doing the right things as well. So I wouldn't want it to all seem very negative. But the thing about Renovation Rescue is trying to empower people, give them their confidence back, not only to find the right tradesman, but also to learn some of the DIY skills that they can learn so that they feel empowered to be able to, you know, if they were ever in that situation again, to be able to actually recognise it quicker, not spend as much money, do some things themselves and take that power back. That was the most important thing for us.
Well, I think also after COVID, everybody's working on such tight budgets now, and people have said it's like their life savings. When you help Eric and Caroline in the first one, it's this real moment where they just don't know what to do.
It's everything they've got, and you do put everything you've got. What are you working for otherwise? You put it all into your life, into your home, into building this sort of, you know, the environment that makes you happy. That's what you're going out to work for. That's what you want to create. So when someone takes that life savings and all that effort and all that work and doesn't produce what you should have got, you're left in a situation where you feel vulnerable, you feel, you know, down. I remember walking in there and them saying to me, I just don't see it ever finishing, and I don't think we'll ever get...
That lack of hope suddenly gone, isn't it?
And even the confidence to try and find somebody else to rectify what had happened is gone. They don't know who to trust in their house anymore. They don't feel safe. They feel sort of like a fear around it. And the house ends up becoming something, instead of being their dream home and this thing that they love and this environment they feel safe in, they feel scared in their own homes, which is just horrendous.
Then in she comes with a power tool.
Ready to go.
Like, fixes up a sink.
I can't take all the credit.
Sorts it out. Because, I mean, you get fully involved. You plumb a sink in that episode.
With help from an incredible builder, Aggie, a team of people. You know, there's so much I can do, and I'll sit there and I'll paint with them all, and we'll wallpaper, and I'll knock a wall down, and we will get stuck in. But there's also things that are beyond my limits, absolutely, and there's also things that I feel most people 100% need a tradesman for. You know, there is only so far you can go sometimes with these things before you need sign-off certificates. So I do as much as I can, and then that's why we really wanted Aggie, who is a professional builder, who has got all the expertise to go that next level further and teach you the DIY that even I would be scared of, which was fun to learn. Like plumbing in that sink, I was nervous to do.
It was great.
I've never done anything like that.
You got properly stuck in.
Yeah, and I never thought it was accessible to me. I think a lot of the time we think that it's impossible unless you've studied it and you know everything about it. But actually, Aggie showed us that there are some basics, very basics in plumbing that you can do, that you wouldn't need to get the sort of £150 call out for. And that is what the show's about, basically, is giving people that knowledge and hopefully empowering people to feel like if I can't afford it or if, you know, I want to do this myself because I'm scared of letting people in, I absolutely can.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Where does your sort of experience come from, though, Stacey? Was it with your family, was it your man, or was it your mum who used to go, right, come on, we're going to put these shelves up?
I always say my family is my biggest privilege. I was really lucky as a kid. My mum and dad were both, like, really big believers in being independent. And because of how we grew up and where we grew up, my dad would always say to us, you never know if you're going to have the money to be able to hire somebody to do these things. You need to learn it. You need to know how to do it. You don't want to be stuck somewhere without, you know, with a leaky pipe or whatever it is. So he did teach us the bare basics of nearly everything. We were very, very lucky in that sense in our childhood. Thanks, Dad. I mean, he gets on my nerves, Dave, but he's the best dad.
So the power tools at your house, they're yours or they're Joe's? Does Joe get involved?
Let me put it this way, right? We was filming and I was doing some bits at the house as well because they wanted to show some of the things that I really wanted to do at home, DIY-wise. So we started knocking down building a wall in the gym.
Yes.
Well, it's a garage that I was turning into a gym.
To separate from his fishing stuff?
Yes. Exactly, because it stinks and it's disgusting. I was like, I need to put a wall up here and put his fishing stuff on that side. And they said, why don't we get Joe involved? That would be really nice to have you both doing it together. I said, at your peril. And he came in with a giant mallet and the health and safety woman was like, whoa, where's the goggles? Where's your steel toes? What's going on? And everyone had a right flat because he was just gung-ho.
Stuff.
I love it.
He don't check anything.
And is it true that Reese Witherspoon got you involved with doing this show?
I think that is worded.
Go on.
Sounds like she called me up and said, Stace.
Well, why not? That was what I was anticipating.
In my dreams, that did happen. No, it's her production company, Hello Sunshine. So she's just this, obviously, Reese is an incredible woman and she champions women in TV.
Yeah, she's smart.
And so smart, so bright. And she wanted to have a UK show, do her first UK show. And so I was the person that she asked to do, which is a real compliment. But I don't even know if she even knows who I am. I'm trying to get on the FaceTime with her.
I don't doubt that Reese Witherspoon will be all over that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
exactly she is. That's amazing.
I felt really grateful and I felt really special and I had a little moment where I kept imagining myself in like that Legally Blonde situation. I was like, wow, this is it. I'm going to Hollywood.
I love it.
It's only
I love it.
Remember us. And the thing is, you can do your innovations and you can sing for them at the same time, Stacey. Are you still doing any singing?
Only for my grandma at the care home when she, at her request. Yeah, she loves to sing songs. Do you know what, Ben? I love singing, but I love singing with no pressure, with no sort of like worry or fear that if someone's going to like it or not. I just love doing it for me. So I sing for my family and whenever they wheel me out, I'm like one of them ones. You know when your dad goes, my daughter can sing, she'll sing. They wheel me out on special occasions and I do it, yeah.
But you must feel as though you've come so far from that, though. When I see, like, watch your Instagram and I see what you're doing and what you're accomplishing,
I feel exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's weird, because I do feel like the other day I was thinking about X Factor and what an incredible experience that was and how I never even imagined going any further than that. Like, I remember saying to my mum, Mum, if this is it, great.
I've had a great time.
Yeah, isn't it good? Like, it was so incredible. I just never imagined myself even to have that experience. So to think that was 15 years ago. It blows my mind.
Amazing.
It blows my mind. I never thought I'd still have a job or be working in anything like this. So I feel really lucky, really grateful. And I know people say it's not luck, but it is. It is. Look, I work really hard and I'll give my everything to any opportunity that's given to me, but I'm lucky to even get those opportunities in the first place. So I just, yeah, every day I just feel really...
You can make your own luck as well.
Yeah, you do a fantastic job. There's a reason why.
You are still very busy because we love it. Renovation Rescue, Friday,
Channel
9
4.
o'clock. Channel 4, you're going to love it.
9
Is it Wednesday? Sorry,
think Wednesday.
Come on,
Is it Wednesday?
Wednesday, I think.
It's Wednesday.
I think
It's Wednesday.
so.
Yes, it is. It says it right.
Yeah, Wednesday,
I just
9
can't read
o'clock.
right.
Wednesday, then you can watch it on catch-up on Friday if you like.
Watch it whenever you want, but watch it. Thank
Love you,
you.
Susie.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Now, from the West End stage to the airwaves, our next guest's career spanned nearly 4 decades.
Yeah, as one of Britain's most popular entertainers, Michael Ball's latest endeavour sees him stepping into the spotlight as the new host of BBC's Radio 2's Sunday's Love Songs. And he's here now to tell us all about it. Hello, my lovely.
Hello, love
Have you got Buddy?
Wow. Buddy.
Hello, man.
Could this be a more perfect day? Jersey Royals
and you get to cuddle a Labrador.
Are you enjoying yourself?
I'm having a very nice time, thank you for asking.
Oh, well, listen, congratulations on the new
Yeah,
show,
we're so
Mike.
proud of you.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
How did it come about?
Well, obviously, the sad news that we all received completely out of the blue about poor old Steve. And they got in touch with me and the powers that be, and they said, how do you fancy taking up the mantle?
Yeah.
And I thought long and hard about it because it's big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And I love my show that I do straight after
Yeah.
Steve, and I've really sort of developed that and loved it. But
it's a lovely show, your show.
Thank you.
And you're not filling the shoes, you're just putting your shoes next to his.
Yeah. It is such a popular show that he does. I think it's got the biggest reach of any of the shows that are on there. And it's appointment to listen, radio, those love songs on a Sunday morning. And so I couldn't say no.
It's just like, it is a kind of soundtrack to people's Sunday morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you're getting, having your breakfast, having a lazy Sunday. It's kind of his and your show.
And the key, of course, is that interaction, like we were doing earlier, with the listener, which is what I love, hearing those stories and then playing the songs that they want to hear. So I'm not going to frighten the horses and change it completely. It's all going to be a lot of death metal and grime, obviously.
R&B, 90s, yeah? I love that.
But, so, yeah, I want to continue that in the spirit that I can never compare to Steve. He was the greatest. But to just do my best and honour him and give people something nice to listen to on a Sunday morning.
Have you got any ideas on what is going to be your very first
song?
song?
I'm in agony about it.
I mean, it's massive, isn't it? It's the first song that you ever do.
What do you love?
I just love music, good music. And I've listened to a lot of openings, and the first line of Let There Be Love, Nat King Cole, let there be you, let there be me, let there be love, was an idea. But maybe it should be the listener's choice. So, you know, it's about listening to them and their stories. So if someone writes in with a great opener and a great idea, I'm open to all. What would yours be?
Oh, that's a good question.
My mum loved Barbra Streisand, and I still does.
Me too.
It would probably have to be something from Babs.
OK, Woman in Love, Evergreen.
Yeah.
The Way We Were.
Maybe The Way We Were. It's probably my favourite.
Yeah.
You're no stranger to radio. You've been doing it for such a long time now. Do you remember starting out?
The first show that they got me doing, I was a stand-in for David Jacobs when he had an
great
afternoon
man,
show.
wasn't he?
A lovely
How long did you do that for?
I just did it for a week. It was kind of like a trial.
Yeah.
And I was rubbish. I mean, properly, didn't get it at all. But it was Terry Wogan, in fact, that suggested, you know, there's something that I think, give him time and help, he could probably be really quite
Everyone's
useful.
got to learn somewhere,
Do you know as well, you touched on something there, and it's the loveliest thing about working at Radio 2 is all that old guard, nothing but supportive.
Yeah.
That's what, when Steve passed, it genuinely felt like a family member. And Steve would never turn up to social dues. He was a really private guy, but he was nothing other than supportive for everyone. Wasn't he?
Yeah, and he would always, when I was in the studio, he'd come in and go, got a song for you, Mike. Yeah. And he'd play, got an idea for a new TV show for you. He was always thinking like that.
Yeah, his mind was dancing, wasn't it?
And I loved all the, I mean, because of David Jacobs, I had the most embarrassing moment I've ever had on a radio show. I just started doing the morning show. And, you know, you've got to get to the news bang on time. There's no way you could. So I played the last record. We had 1.5 minutes of dead air. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do? And they said, throw forward to what's coming up. Talk about David, Jake. And I went, yeah, absolutely. So I said, well, coming up after me is the lovely Elaine Page, followed by Johnny Walker. But for me, the highlight of a Sunday is 11 o'clock in the evening. I love listening to the wonderful David Jacobs. There's nothing better than lying back in a hot bath and letting David relax me off. And that's my reaction. As I said, I went, what have I just relaxed me off?
Brilliant.
The whole of the studio disappeared, so I couldn't see them. We had 1 minute to fill. It was just me hysterical. Through to the news. The newsreader couldn't read because they were laughing so much. That's why I love live radio.
We've got so little time. But just a quick one. I mean, tell us a little about Les Mis and getting out on the road.
Yeah. Got another call from... We did the Les Mis concert version in the West End.
So good.
And it was phenomenal. Me and Alfie back together playing these roles. Me playing Javert as opposed to the 22-year-old Marius, which I don't quite understand. So he's doing, coming up to the 40th anniversary, which I can't believe of Les Mis, an arena tour around the world, and asked if I'd, with Alfie, would do a bit of the English leg, the British leg, I should say. We started in Northern Ireland. And I'm there like a shot. Cool. I mean, it's part of my DNA.
Have you done all 3 characters in your time?
I've done, yes. I only did Valjean once. I did it at...
Is that right?
Yeah, at Windsor Castle for a special production for Her Majesty. And
you're incredible.
Well, listen, Michael is taking over Sunday
lucky.
Love Songs on BBC Radio 2 in June. Michael,
and I'm taking Buddy home with
him as well.
Oh, God, you're...
It's not an HR issue.
We are going legal on that logo. That logo is plagiarism.
We have a look at that logo again. Where is it?
No.
Takeaway.
So this is the show that's happening after
I'll be honest with
the
you.
last episode of
What? God, how quickly you move on. Hey, buddy.
Welcome back, everybody.
Look at this incredible stage, all because after 20 years of lighting up the screens with laughs, legendary guests and wonderful ludicrous pranks, Saturday Night Takeaway is coming to an end for now.
Yes, as the team prepares for their final epic 2-hour episode tomorrow night, we thought we'd crash rehearsals and see how these guys are getting on. We brought Buddy for you as well.
Thank you so much.
Hope you don't mind.
We haven't seen Buddy since week 1 when he came back.
Look
bigger.
Nasty chaps, thank you. Because honestly, I'm Celebrity Get Me Out of It was genuinely our favourite morning. And it went out last week.
You too.
We loved it.
So great.
We absolutely loved it.
I still wouldn't wear that Sunderland merch, though, would I?
You wouldn't.
Even though you did plonk the scarf around my neck.
I thought he was going to do it.
Which is now a meme.
I thought you were going to do it.
Yeah, it is, which is not good.
So where do you even start to prepare for the last show? Like,
It's quite a big one. Oh, buddy. Buddy. It's
You've really got that dog under control. Well done. You've really trained him well.
Well trained fella.
It's a big one to start with. We all sat down at the beginning of the series or before the season even started, and we kind of go, so, okay, we know what we're going to do during the series, but how do we end this thing? How do we do it? And I think we kind of came to the conclusion that the best way is to have a look back over the 20 years of being on air, or the 22 years of being on air for the 20 series.
Yeah.
And just kind of celebrating the journey we've been on with our audience and the things that we've done and the fun that we've had. So it's kind of a look back, but also going out with a big party.
Do you know what? 3 stages. I can't believe how much... Well, first of all, how much dough you put into this. Is this your own dough?
Well, it's a 2-hour extravaganza, so it's normally 90 minutes, but we've extended it to 2 hours. We've got this stage here, right at the front of the TV centre. We've got a stage back there, and we've obviously got the studio on site, so it's the biggest audience we've ever had.
Like a music festival.
It is a bit.
Stage, and then the other stage, you've got the Mulhern stage.
The Mulhern stage is very small around the back,
Exactly.
obviously.
I'd imagine it's like when you go and see a band and they do their greatest hits. There's always a few songs they're going to leave out, and you're going to go, why didn't they do that one? Has it been hard to kind of condense down the moments that you want to show and talk about?
Yes.
2 hours.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, and you want to make sure that you get enough new stuff in and fun stuff in, so you know it's not just a look back for 2 hours. And it's not. You know, we've got the final man versus deck. I don't know if you can see, but we've got the goals. We've got stuff there that we're going to be doing.
What's the score at the moment?
That's the biggest score I've ever seen.
The score-
What are you supposed to do in there?
The score at the moment is 2-2 in the series.
Yeah.
So it's
Exciting.
tied.
Oh my all to play for.
So it's all going down to the wire tomorrow night. And the Untold deck is the ultimate champion because we don't know when the show will be back and we don't know if we'll ever do Ant versus Deck again. So this is
whoever wins
will
the
bragging rights for life.
For life.
Dermot, yeah. And we've also got the Get Out of Me Ear restaurant revenge VT.
Oh, is this with Holly? Holly.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you for last week, you two, troublemakers. But if I thought that was bad...
After we were done with you guys in the office...
Deck was done with Amanda and Simon. We then went out for dinner, and it was 10 times worse. Because you're out in public, and nobody in the restaurant knew. None of the other people having dinner knew. And none of the waiting staff knew.
None of the staff knew.
Nobody knew other
Nobody
than...
knew?
No one!
So they thought you were loons?
Yes.
Or more than loons.
Rylan and Holly.
Well, this is we had 2 people for every course.
Yeah.
So for the starters, we had Gino and Davina to start with. Then we had Oti and Ollie Mers for main course, and then dessert was Rylan, Holly, and Cheryl.
Well, should we see your dessert? Let's see dessert.
Oh, God.
Okay.
You see that waiter? Just go and say to them, where can I find the toilets?
Where can I find the toilets?
Because I need a poo-poo.
Because I need a poo-poo.
Just look at this end of the wall.
That one?
Yeah.
Lots of straining noises. I need to go now.
Oh, I need to go now. Is it there? Oh, God, I need to go now.
I really need a poo.
I really need a poo. Shuffle. I really need a poo. Oh,
Anthony.
Shut up, Rylan.
Stand up.
Stand up.
At the top of your voice. I miss my best friend.
I miss my best friend! Cringe.
Nobody found it funny.
No.
Oh, there was loads of stuff we done and nobody found it funny.
We just come across as really annoying celebrities in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you see loads of people just rolling their eyes, kind of, oh, these two.
Well, like shouting for our food to come earlier.
Take a picture of him.
Yeah. Let's send this to the papers.
What you don't see is loads of people came over for like selfies and stuff in the middle of it. So it went on forever, and we had to be lovely. And then when they spoke to us in our ear, we then had to be like horrible and rude. And it's just it did not sit well with us. It was the worst thing to do.
But I mean, the whole show is going to be peppered with lots of celebrities. Are we coming? I think we're coming.
Yeah, you're coming.
I think we're singing.
There's no show without you two.
Well,
I hope you're singing.
I'm made it up. I'm going
to just mime like I do.
Tell you who is singing though. You've got Girls Aloud, haven't you?
We've got Girls Aloud.
Girls Aloud.
That's
Girls
huge.
Aloud. Oh, yeah, they're being our star guest announcers and also getting involved in the show a bit. We've got S Clubber here, Kaiser Chiefs. Tony Hadley's coming for a super sing-along live. It's going to just be a big, big party. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Do you think there's going to be any tears? And is there a party afterwards?
There's a party afterwards. Yes, Alison, you're invited. And I'm sure there will be tears, yeah. It's been quite hard this week, knowing it's the final week, rehearsals and stuff, and script meetings and everything. And we've kind of kept a lid on it until now.
Until we're in here.
Until we got here and we kind of saw the stage, we're like, it seems quite final.
Have you had any second thoughts this week? Have you thought, why are we wrestling this?
Yeah, loads.
Such a special,
loads.
Show we do.
Yeah.
When we first came to the decision to rest it, and we did it because 20 series feels like a good time to do it. And we told our management first. We sat down with them and said, "We want to rest it. We want to do it."
Oh, that's great news.
And we said, but we reserve the right between now and the end to change our minds several times.
Yeah.
And we have. But I think we know in our heart of hearts it's the right thing to do, both for the show and for us personally. So it's the right thing at the right time. But yeah, I mean, we have wavered quite a lot.
And
Because
we're
we
gonna go
love it.
We're going to go out on a high.
Oh, you're going to go out on a bang. Yeah, exactly. It's up here, isn't it? It's not like it's a dry show. No. And you know what, we're ending it because it's dry.
Yeah.
It's actually brilliant.
There's not many shows where you get a chance to kind of say goodbye because, you know, a lot of shows are just taken off air, you know, if they don't work. So we're very lucky that the public have loved it for so long and loved it as much as we love it. And, you know, we're trying to make the show all about them and celebrate it.
Do you have a highlight, do you think? Like, I know you'd probably give me a different answer if I asked you in 5
Do you know the genuine highlight for me is I remember sitting in the audience seating when we first were rehearsing the show on the first day of Saturday Night Takeaway.
On the first series.
On the first series.
Yeah.
The set was going in 2002 and I turned to Deck and we were sat in the audience seating looking at the set.
Watching all the guys
This is
rigging.
exciting. Look, that's our set. That's got our name there. I said, imagine if this ran for like 5 years.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, because that just seemed crazy. And here we are, 20 series, 22 years later. Amazing. That's the genuine highlight.
To be here celebrating Series 20 is kind of beyond our wildest dreams, beyond anything we ever thought we would achieve with the show.
I think, actually, you know, when you do those sort of big entertainment shows, the moment you sit in the audience bleachers and you look back at the set, and you rarely get a chance to do it, and there's a stillness to it, and everyone's going about the, you know, all the boys are rigging up and stuff. It's such a special moment, that, you know, it's sort of, it's just that moment. We rarely get a chance to stop and think about it. I don't understand that's so self-indulgent, but it is a really special moment.
You just realise how lucky you are.
Yeah.
And we didn't know on that day, on day one, looking at the set going in, we had no idea what the future held for the show for us. So to be here 20 years later, 22 years later, 20 series later, is really special.
Can I just say, I want to say thank you on behalf of all the nation because we absolutely adore you.
Oh, that's
we
very
love your
kind of you.
friendship.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
laugh with you, we cry with you, and we just want to say thank you so much. It's happening tomorrow, Anton Deck's Saturday Night Takeaway, Saturday, 7 p.m, ITV1, ITVS. Do not miss it.
Don't get too sad, though, because Britain's Got Talent starts next Saturday. We're on that.
We ain't watching that dry show. They're keeping the dry show.
Well, that's next week is Ali and Derm. So.
Oh, is it?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
Look
you.
forward to
Thank you.
tomorrow. Coming up.
We got there in the end. And ahead of tonight's penultimate episode, joined by this year's Apprentice Final 5, Trey, Flo, Phil, Paul and Rachel.
Oh, welcome to all of
guys.
you. Now, of course, we couldn't talk to them without Lord Sugar's right-hand man, Tim Campbell. So good to see you as well, Tim.
Tim.
Likewise.
You've gone all official now that these guys are...
I've got to get into the mode.
Let's put in the scary face on.
In the final stages now.
You've changed, you've all weird.
They bring it out of me.
Lows when you were that.
We know he's nice. We know he's nice.
He's gone into
We know.
the boardroom.
It's good fun, it's good fun. Trey, let's start with you.
Yep.
I mean, you say you're the oldest of the bunch. You don't look at the oldest of the bunch. How did it feel, babes, when you got your tune in the boardroom? What was that like?
Oh, that was hilarious because I wasn't expecting that. And then when I just heard the dun, 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 it was a mixture of like, no, because there's too many vocals to go on an ad.
So good.
But I was like, yeah, a little bit of royalties. I was like, Birdie, you're on my team now. I didn't know what team he was on when he played it, actually.
Wasn't it good?
So
good.
hang on a second. Has Lord Sugar heard that song?
He only knew it, I think, isn't
He said he hadn't heard it, didn't he?
He'd never heard it before.
Is that what
he's joking.
What's
I
going
reckon
on?
he's
What
thrown
are
a
you
few
doing?
shapes at them.
What were your thoughts? Did you think you were too old to apply? Like, when you were putting it, you were like, will they take me on? Like, do you have any hesitation?
No, I didn't think that age was a thing. I think my hesitation probably was more, I'm from, like, obviously UK Garage, where, like, producers in the background.
Yeah.
So people would think that, yeah, we'd want to be on TV, but that was a hesitation, thinking, oh, I'm going to be on The Box, it's a big show, blah, blah, blah. But after that, I was just like, no, I love this programme. I'm a massive fan of The Apprentice.
He's so good, isn't he?
Huge fan of Lord Sugar. Like, he's, like, literally one of my idols.
Really?
Yeah, literally
What's
one of my
been
idols.
your favourite task to do?
Oh, so many of them, but I would probably say Formula E.
Oh,
I love cars.
Yeah.
It was creative. It had every ingredient in there. You know, I had to do the public speaking thing, which I absolutely
You
love.
were all
Like, give
over
me
it,
a
weren't you,
mic.
mate?
Trey, you're too shy, I think.
Give me a
You're too
mic.
shy for that.
Yeah, I'd overcome a few nerves.
I want to hear from everyone. Flo, what's been your favourite task?
Oh, I think, you know, for me, it was the cheesecake task because I was so far out of my comfort zone when Trey was trying to teach me how to rap. Yeah, couldn't be further from it. But, you know, if anybody's going to teach me how to do it, at least it was Trey.
Absolutely.
Trey, what do you call her? What's her nickname?
She's like MC Flo, isn't it? Or Cardi Flo.
Cardi flow.
Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. But never rapping again.
Never? You wouldn't even, like, bring it back just for this show now?
No.
To drop you a beat? No.
Okay.
No.
Tim, how important is that to get the guys out of their comfort zones when it comes to these tasks?
I think all the way through it, because you'll see there's such a variety of tasks. Lord Sugar's really looking for individuals who have that flexibility, but also understanding in order to win, you have to work as a collaborative team. So it's no good having a massive ego where it takes over, and all of these candidates have shown that. That's why they're in the finals.
I love that about The Apprentice, because you see the people with, like, the huge egos, and every year you're like, why are you doing like that? Because you know you're going to be out so quickly, you know?
I mean, what's so incredible is you're all very successful in your own right, and Phil, you've obviously got a pie company. I was wondering, did you bring me any pie?
No, I'm sorry, Alison, I didn't. I should have. You know what, that's normally normally my best currency. Pies get me everywhere, but I'm sorry, I didn't bring them.
But have you enjoyed your experience? What have you? Because you've had quite a few losses, haven't you?
Did you have to mention that, Alison?
Sorry. What I was going to say, although you've had losses, you've climbed back out and you're still there.
It was all about resilience. It was week in, week out, I was getting losses. And do you know what? I actually really enjoyed the boardroom. I think I had about 27 boardrooms in the end, but the CAF is really brutal. It's horrible. We have to sit like this to each other and tell each other what they've done wrong, and they tell you what they've done wrong, and that's the worst part. But do you know what? The process itself was absolutely fantastic. Met some unbelievable people and
the thing
really
is, you must like each other now. It must be so difficult when you've got to do that.
That is hard. I mean, obviously we become friends. You know, you spend a lot of time. We don't have our phones, so we spend a lot of time actually engaging with people, getting to know each other and their families. And then you sit in the boardroom and you got to throw them under the bus. You know, that's just part of the game. And yeah, but it's fantastic. Yeah.
But do you have to throw them under the bus? Do you think you look down when someone has that kind of survivalist kind of, you know, as long as I get out of it, you know, like you said, you want team players, right?
It's a really difficult balance because Lord Sugar really respects people who are honest, so people put up their hands and admit when they've made mistakes, but he also doesn't like people who flip-flop when he wants a direct answer.
Yeah.
So he's like, who was responsible for this? And then people try and be diplomatic in the beginning, like, well, it could have been this. He's like, tell me the truth. So he really advocates people just being honest and direct.
I never forget we did a little film with him for the NTAs, and the whole thing was when The Apprentice first started or whatever. And I went in and he went, what do you want me to do then? And I explained exactly what I wanted him to do, and he went, no, we're not going to do it like that. And then repeated to me pretty much word for word what I just said to him. That's how we're going to do it. And I was like...
That sounds familiar.
All right.
That sounds familiar.
Paul, so what's this about Paul doing a bit of body popping?
Okay. Well,
moves.
Come on, you can do it now.
my day-to-day job is obviously I'm a dentist honing in on restorative aesthetic cosmetic, but I can body pop. Do you want me to show you?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you going to drop me a beat?
Lewis, director up there.
All right. Dem, are you going to join me, or we might do it solo?
Join him.
No pressure. That's all right. It's not too bad.
The architect.
More royalties.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie, though. Donning that blue morph suit, that was probably the most fun I had. Because we genuinely thought when we did it as well that we created probably the best thing that's ever happened on The Apprentice. But when we went to the boardroom, it was a completely different story.
It always is.
Absolutely brilliant. Have you kept the suit, though?
I've kept the suit, yeah. I was going to bring it on today.
No, you can keep that one. Keep that one.
Rachel, how much fun have you had on the show? Have you enjoyed it?
So much fun. I think at the time, you're probably not thinking that. It is a very stressful environment to be in, but I remember being in Budapest. I had this massive horn in my mouth. And I was just...
horn in your mouth?
No. I had a horn in my face. And I was just doing this boat tour in a city I'd never been to, on this river, the sun was shining, and Trey, Nora and I were just shouting at these poor people who'd paid quite a lot of money to be on this trip, and they were just having the best time, and so were we. And I think it's moments like that you'll always have, even though it is a very stressful and, crazy thing to go do.
Is it nice living together? Because I know you all live together as well. Is it difficult? Because obviously these are your competition. Is it hard?
Do you know what? In the house, we're also respectful of each other. I think you guys see the boardroom and it getting really tense, but then when we're back in the house, it is such a respectful environment, and everyone got on so well. And I think as the house got smaller, we all kind of got closer, because it started with, I think there was 17 of us at the beginning, and then obviously ended up with, quite a small amount of us. So I think, you do become really close.
I guess by the time you get home, you're so exhausted as well.
So,
all
yeah,
you want to do
exactly.
is just get your trackies on and just have a chat and relax, right?
Oh, and the thing is, you've got no distractions. You haven't got your phone. You've got
So
to just
you
make
talked about earlier on
conversation.
about obviously kids and screen time, but has that been healthy for you guys as well?
Less stressful.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely,
It actually opens your mind to, proper conversations and real connections. It's actually taught me, like, the phones are really, really bad.
So, have you not got your phones now?
Oh, no, we have them now.
Oh, you've got them.
This is what we felt.
Speak to each other.
Is one of these the actual winner now? Do they know one?
Well,
who's the winner?
after tonight's show, you'll find out who's going to be
So
in the
one
final.
of you is a winner. is it going to be another woman? Because obviously for the last 5 years, it's been a
So,
woman.
Alison, what you're going to have to do, Alison, I know you're desperate to find out. You're going to have to watch and then watch next week to see what happens. But tonight at 9 o'clock, you can watch to see how these individuals get on with Lord Sugar's most trusted advisor.
What do you think, Tim, is the secret of this show's longevity? Because every year it rates so well and people engage with it so well, and also like people get so much success out of it.
I think a huge part is Lord Sugar himself. He is such a formidable character who's actually voluntarily going to support the next generation of entrepreneurs, and that's a great thing, I think. We often talk about the American dream, but he epitomises the British dream, and he's giving another person the opportunity to follow in his steps. I think also there's some classic tasks, like we talk about the interview stage, there's the shopping channel that they would have seen before, and other things like that. But it was also keeping relevant with the Formula E elements, making sure there's up-to-date artificial intelligence. So I think there's bits we love and bits that we're very familiar, and obviously the car crashes in the boardroom.
Good luck to everyone.
All right,
Good luck.
Thank you. 9 o'clock on BBC One and iPlayer. Lucy. So Back to Black is out in UK cinemas this Friday, and Marissa Abello, who plays Amy, joins us now. Hey!
Hi, it's so good to see you.
Firstly, congratulations. We've both seen it and we both love it.
We loved it. I want to watch it again. I want to watch it again. It was that good.
Thank you.
And you were so good. But, I mean, what was it like auditioning for the role? Did you really want it? And when you got it, how did that feel?
It was weird, actually. I mean, it wasn't one of those jobs where I was like, I have to get this, even though it was sort of objectively probably the biggest thing I'd ever auditioned for, because it's not the kind of part that you want if you're not going to do a good job. Like, I wanted to really make sure that I was the best person for them to play this part if I was going to get it, because you just don't want to be that exposed if it's not right, you know?
Yeah.
So I did a lot of research even before auditioning, just into, I thought I wanted to find Amy, the girl, the person, because you can't really play an icon, you know? You have to play a human being.
Who is she?
Yeah,
What's she
exactly.
about?
Yeah.
If I'm honest, that's what I love about the film. It's about her addiction to love as much as anything else.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
And just how she goes through those stages of her life.
Yeah.
But the love, and specifically the love for Blake and the love for music, are the two great sort of love affairs. And I
Totally.
suppose the three great love
Yeah,
affairs.
I think that what I found in a lot of the research that I was doing was that she had this sort of insatiable appetite for a lot of things in life, whether it was like music and those references, or love, or a dependency on whether it's relationships or other things. But there was this appetite that was just completely like a well that she could just constantly feed. But the incredible thing about Amy is that her capacity to turn those experiences and her relationship to, other people or her music into this art that we now all get to enjoy is, it's so singular to have a talent like that, with a voice like that, but also, she's a poet, a songwriter. All of those songs are her own. And I think it's one of the amazing things about our film is you watch her, write these songs and the experiences that formed the album, especially Back to Black.
I heard that you actually moved to Camden at the time. How did you find that?
It was great. I mean, to be honest, I had flatmates when I booked the job.
Yeah.
So I was like, we were irritating each other. I was like learning to play guitar and they were watching their whatever. And so I knew I had to have my own space. So then when I knew I had to move, Camden seemed like the obvious place to be.
Makes sense.
And also it was great. It meant I could go to the Good Mixer at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon and watch people play pool and see what that felt like and really get a sense of a place that's not, you go to Camden and you go to Camden Market or whatever, and it's very different to living there and really getting a sense of the community and the people that choose to spend all of their time in Camden.
She really embodied that. And,
Yeah.
I was there for 12 years, and she really embodied Camden. And you see, I mean, literally, I was there last night, and she, you know, there's a big mural of her out just under the bridge, and you know, she was everything. That was sort of kind of her life around there, wasn't it? It was important for you as well to play her and not mimic her, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I knew that it had to be recognisable as Amy and distinguishable as the person that we all know. She has such an iconic look and an iconic sound, but in a way, the most overwhelming thing to me as an actor was her magic, you know, her soul. And it was that thing that I really wanted. I want people to go to the cinema and feel her.
Yeah.
And I was trying to sort of find what it was in myself, I guess, that I could connect to about her that made that sort of soulfulness come alive.
It's unbelievable what you managed to achieve, to be fair. You met her family as well, didn't you? How did that go, and what did they ask you to do?
I mean, I think, you know, it was important to me to be respectful of all parts of Amy's life, and, you know, tragically, what I found when I, you know, met Amy's family were just people that were grieving, you know? And I wanted to be just sensitive and also show them that, like, my only intention in this job was to, you know, was to bring her legacy back to her music and to make people remember how talented an artist she was and just enjoy being in her orbit again for 2 hours. And I think that they were really excited by that. But yeah, like I said, it's sensitive for them, and it just required sort of being gentle and respectful.
Did they visit set at all, or do you?
They did, yeah. They came. There was one day that they came, and yeah, I remember Janice said to me, you know, I can't believe all these people are here for my naughty Amy.
Oh.
And, you know, that's what it is, and I think that's what our film really represents, is that girl, you know, part of the reason that everyone fell in love with her in the first place was because, like, where did she come from? This girl from North London who had that voice and all those things to say, and yeah, I think that you could really feel that.
But I think what most people loved about her was she wasn't perfect, and so she was a mirror up to all of us in many ways. But she had this incredible, because, you know, you can fall in love with music, but to fall in love with the artist, you have to fall in love with the person. And she had this incredible empathy about her.
Yeah.
That also reminds me of Shay McGowan as well, because she just always had time for everyone, you know. Yeah. And she, you know, in her rise. I remember when Frank came out, the first album, and everyone was like, she's really good. And then suddenly, Back to Black. And we were lucky enough to give her one of her first sessions at Radio 2. And it was, I can count, it was her and Adele, the only two artists, but the whole building stood still.
Really?
And people were up. Literally, I looked up from the microphone, you can just see the whole place is crammed full of people, and normally it'd be an engineer and a producer, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's almost more than the music, I think, isn't it? And I think you captured that empathetic side to her so well.
Thank you. Well, I think that's, for me, I mean, people often talk about the tragedy within her story, and of course, with hindsight, we know that there's lots of tragedy there. But for me, one of the more heartbreaking things is that part of the thing that made her who she was this strong sense of normality. She craved normality in her life and relationships that felt authentic and real, and you can really hear that in the music. And because people responded to that authenticity so well, and that recognisability so well, she became sort of overwhelmingly famous, and her ability to maintain authentic connections to Camden, to her family, to her friends, it becomes harder and harder the more exposed
It was
you
never
are.
about money, was it, for her?
No, I think for her it was always about the art of the music, was about the art of the thing. And you know, she said, and I think there's nothing wrong with ambition. I think, you know, she said she wanted people to remember her as one of the great jazz singers of all time, and I think that, you know, they will. But I think, like, famous in terms of being hounded was not what she was interested in.
No,
you absolutely embodied her fully, like the look, the voice. How did you research into her? Did you just watch loads of videos? What did you do?
I watched I mean, I think I watched everything that there is to see about her, and I listened to also lots of radio interviews. That was really helpful for the voice. But also, you know, I worked with a singing teacher and a movement teacher, and I booked the job about 4 months before we started filming, and it was really. You can kind of split it into two camps. I think there's the physical training and the technical stuff to make it distinguishable as a real person, but then there's the work that you'd always do as an actor, which is like, what does Amy want from her life?
Yeah.
How does she connect? How does she love Blake? How does she love her family? How does she express herself? And it's kind of the duality of those two things that makes someone make sense, I think.
Your voice is incredible, by the way, because it is
thank
your
you.
voice on the film as well.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Back to Black in cinemas tomorrow, Marissa. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Powerful stuff.
Incredible.
Joined now by the author Heather Morris and Melanie Lynskey, who plays Heather in the drama. Welcome to both of you.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks for coming.
Heather,
wonderful. Let's start with you. Series is based on the best-selling book, your book of the first name. So when did you and how did you first meet Lally?
I met him because I had a cup of coffee with a friend who simply said, I have a friend whose mother has just died and his father wants to tell somebody his story. That person can't be Jewish. You're not Jewish. Do you want to meet him? Oh, sure. I like meeting people. And I met him the next week. That was in December 2003.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody say this is an overnight success.
No.
No, it's a long time
I guess
ago.
my question is, so were you looking to write at the time?
No, not at all. Not at all. I had a perfectly good career. I was fine. He wanted to talk to somebody.
And you wanted to talk to someone that wasn't Jewish?
That wasn't Jewish, who would listen.
Because of you were one stage detached or removed from... Yeah. Okay.
There could not be a Jewish person alive, he said, who didn't have baggage and did not have their own story. And how can they tell my story when they've got their own?
Yeah.
Very clear on that.
So what did you do then? What was your... Because your initial take was to write a screenplay, correct?
Yes, because I didn't know how to write a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Because you didn't write a screenplay, you wrote a book.
Well, yes, I wrote the screenplay, and it was even optioned in Melbourne with an attempt to try and make it into a feature film. And Lally was involved with that production company. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
But, of course, it didn't get up, as so many do, as you probably know. And it was only, I think in 2016, when I was visiting my brother and sister-in-law in San Diego, that my sister-in-law said to me, oh, for goodness sake, write the thing as a book and get on with it.
Mm-hmm.
She was tired of me complaining.
Yeah.
I gave it a go. I wrote a book.
Yeah.
Did you feel a sense of pressure knowing that you had to convey this story in the right way and you owed it to him to make it fantastic?
Look, you got it in one. I owed it to him and nobody else.
Yeah.
And I had been very clear from day one that I had not written the story of the Holocaust, that I've just written a Holocaust story.
Yeah.
Lally's story, his memory. It will differ to every other Holocaust survivors. And so when the facts didn't always meet up with what he was telling me, and if it wasn't significant, I went with his memory.
Mm. That's so interesting, that, like how a memory crystallises, and I think especially when you've been through the trauma that Lally would have been through. Melanie, let's bring you in. So this gets optioned, this gets made.
Mm.
Obviously, you don't feature in the book, so were you hesitant to start with, Heather, that you were going to be a character in the adaptation?
Oh, no. No, that was never part of the deal.
Right.
It was to tell the book. But the wonderful producer and screenwriter who spent a lot of time with me, to get more information, and Jacqueline went back to Claire, the producer, and said, I think we've got a story within a story. And they arm up the back. And I could see the value of it, but not necessarily for my character, but for having somebody portray Lally as an old man who was the man I knew. And that hearing now his words and the way I had heard them.
Yeah.
And then we got this incredible woman here to come in and... You'll remember this is 20 years ago. I was younger, so ignore the grey.
For goodness sake. So, Melanie, tell us, did you actually read the book beforehand, or did you get enticed by the script?
I had not read the book. I remember telling a friend, I got asked to do this thing, and she said, have you not read that book? And I was like, no, I haven't. She was like, oh, I thought everyone had read it. And so I read the book after I had read the screenplays. Yeah.
But Nepal was the screenplay?
the screenplays were wonderful. The story is so compelling. It's an almost unbelievable story and beautifully written.
We interview a lot of actors now. We know a lot of actors who don't deliberately want to go back to the source material and they want to concentrate on the script and kind of do what the director and the writer feels like that part is just. So where's your mind at? Do you like to go and find out everything about it or the opposite?
This was kind of a different instance, I guess, because I'm not in the book, so there's a remove because of that. And then also just out of respect to Heather, I wanted to read her work, and I also was sort of reading it, imagining her writing it, imagining, like, how would it feel to write this paragraph? How would it feel to have heard this story and decide what to leave in and what to take out? So it wasn't like an immersive reading experience, but it was educational.
Well, what an exciting role to take on as well.
I know. And I got to have my own accent, which was nice.
Did
Yeah.
What, 2 Kiwis?
Yeah.
It's like twins.
It must be nice for you, Melly, because, like, for the most part, and you do a very good American accent,
Thank you.
For the most part, you rarely would use your own accent.
No, never. So that was very exciting.
Yeah.
Do you feel pressure when you're playing somebody real?
Yes. It's horrible. Sorry. Again, sorry.
Stressful.
I did find it stressful because it's also like you can't really do like an impression.
No.
You know, because my role also in the series is kind of an audience surrogate. Like, you know, there's these harrowing scenes in Auschwitz and then it cuts back to somebody listening and taking it in. And there's a certain amount of like neutrality you have to have. So
Well, up to recently, you thought you had Jewish heritage, didn't you?
I
A few
did.
years ago. Well, you would with your name, of course. It sounds cool.
Well, my name is Irish, as it turns
Really?
out. Yeah.
I should know that.
So what did you do
I'm
in
only
DNA?
Irish.
And you have no Jewish. Oh, sorry, Pam.
Can we just
I
let's go
was
back to
so
Lally?
heartbroken. I believed it my whole life.
Let's go back to Lally and tell his story. So people that don't know the book, what did he have to do to survive?
He made the decision when offered the role. He called it numbering, by the way, not tattooing, but I thought that that would be too complicated to keep with that phrase. He wanted to live. He was offered an opportunity to have this role, numbering the prisoners as they came in, and he took it. Did he have guilt about that? Absolutely he did. Every survivor of Auschwitz and any horror has survivor's guilt. It's a matter of degree. He made that decision, but for him, look what the outcome was.
I mean, and to be fair, I guess it wasn't a decision, because the decision was you either do this or you die.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
But he apologised every time he did it to people, didn't he?
Yes, and I know that for a fact. Oh, look, I hope I'll do this briefly. I was actually in Auschwitz there one day, and there was a camp, a whole lot of kids from a school in Florida, and they were off to the side from me, and they had some rabbis there talking to them about where they were. And one of the rabbis said that before they left Florida to come to Auschwitz, he went and saw 2 women in his congregation who had been here. And at that point, my ears pricked up, and he said, I asked them, what do you remember about being tattooed? Was it painful? And in unison, these 2 women said, as if he'd given them the question ahead, I don't remember if it hurt. What I remember is the man who kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. They don't know that I was sitting there listening to that, being told to these things.
Wow.
What do you want people to take from this? How important is it that the Holocaust lives on in our memory and we keep learning from it?
I want people to watch these episodes, and you may not enjoy them. That's not a word we can use, is it?
Yeah.
But when the episode ends, feel something. Just feel something. Anger, frustration, love, hurt, whatever. It's going to make you feel something.
Well, thank you, Heather. Thanks,
Thank you so
Melanie,
much.
as
Thank
well.
you,
The Tattoo
Melanie.
Smash It airs on Thursday, the 2nd of May on Sky Atlantic and on Now. The book is available to buy now. Thank you.
Lovely. It's time to